NCRP Productions presents Torg Eternity by Ulisses Spiele. The Breifne Crown, Episode 7. Moving forward, we would like to give you a content warning. Tharcold and other realities are places where very bad things happen to good people. Acts and situations in this podcast may trigger those who suffer from trauma caused by sexual assault, torture, slavery, and violence. Please, listener discretion is advised. Episode 14.
Welcome back, everyone, to a Sunday of Possibilities. My name is Greg, and I'll be the GM for our game of Torg here. And I have our players here for this session. So to my right, let's go and start our introductions.
Hello, everybody. This is David, and I am playing V, the resistance gunslinger from the Cyber Papacy.
This is Victoria. I'm playing Iara Bay, the elf necromancer from Isle.
Hey, it's Barry. I am running Max Elite, the freedom fighter from Tharcold.
And this is Shan, and I'm playing Azrael, the cyber witch from the Cyber Papacy.
This is Tori. I'm playing the very OCD Evangeline Francis, the monster slayer from Aurora.
Awesome. So we had a couple days in the Living Lands last session. Can somebody give us a recap of what happened and what you guys had to deal with?
We had a baby Godzilla come after us and almost kill Azrael. And I'm wishing I was back in Tharcold.
Tharcold wasn't that bad.
That's great.
So we had started along the path that the helicopter had crashed from the previous session and ended up in a very, very, very thick jungle where we were making very slow movements through it with lots of bugs and sweat. And,
And bug sweat.
and bug sweat and bug blood. And we camped twice. The second time, all while trying to figure out some other way to do what we were doing, which we were not able to find because it was just lots of jungle. And then our last time camping, we decided we needed food and water because we were starting to become very dehydrated, and there had not been any food. So we divvied up those tasks, and Azrael and Evangeline went off to go look for food and was attacked by the baby Godzilla.
Komodo Hydra.
Was it a baby Godzilla? It was more of a baby
Hydra.
Rodan. Well, I was thinking Rodan, if we're going to go there, right? Because wasn't Rodan the two-headed one, and didn't it shoot lightning?
Well, this didn't shoot lightning.
No, but it got hit by lightning, so there's the parody.
My
I guess a
Godzilla
Hydra.
one
Yeah.
just...
I don't know that one.
Guess it would be a Hydra, although we didn't cut the head off, so we wouldn't know if it grew back.
That's true. They managed to kill it before we came to the rescue. And they had also killed a pig, and we took the tail. And then...
Of the lizard, we took the tail.
Yeah,
not
took
the
the
pig
not the
tail.
pigtail. I mean, we might have taken the pigtail too, but we took the lizard tail. And then camped out. We got some water from some vines to quench our thirst. And we started out again in the very slow moving jungle until we came across a gospog.
Well, we smelled the Gospog
Yes.
field,
Yeah.
and then followed the scent.
Yes.
And I think we snuck up, not quite outside of it, but enough to where we could just barely see through to see
Do
the
we see
actual
it yet?
Gospog
I mean,
field.
I don't remember last
We saw it.
week.
We
Did
saw
you
it.
see it?
We
We
saw
saw
it.
it last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
The bog was
described-
about a mile wide. He said.
About two
described some of
miles
the-
long,
2 miles
about a half
long.
mile wide.
Yeah.
Okay. Big Gospog
Well, that's where we're
field.
starting, I guess.
And that's where we ended. Was as
We didn't
got
see a river. We just saw a bog.
Just the bog.
Okay.
We got
And
a
so
view of one of
a big
them in
boss.
their little pods before they come out.
Well, let's not set them off.
Yes.
So what you know, Evangeline, is with Gospog, they respond to the heat of something living. So if you bumped in or touched one of these pods, it would respond and open up.
Do you tell us this?
Yeah, we're not getting close to those, because if we actually touch one, it's cracking open, and
So they
I'm
respond.
not dealing with this.
They respond to touch or sound. How do they know?
Just us, I guess, would be even getting close to it.
It would be so from your experience, the body heat. So when the warmth of the living touching them is what they respond and react to. You also know too that once Gospog pick up your scent, they can follow you. Yeah, so they're just relentless trackers.
What we don't know is that any of these cocoons have already burst open for some reason.
Can you tell from this distance?
Yeah, are we able to see it? Well, you've got the sight, right?
Yes, but if she
So
hasn't
I'll
seen
ask,
it...
Well, I can ask her if she sees it, and if any of them look like they're open, because then if they catch
And
wind of us,
something to think about. If you're saying it's body heat, I mean, it's hot here. Maybe...
but that'd
maybe
still be a
these-
slight fluctuation in temperature.
We just have
In
to stay
a
away
concentrated
from the actual
area.
pods, though, is what you're saying.
Yes, but do we really want to risk
Right.
getting that close to them
Yeah.
still?
No. Can I check? I'll get up to where she's at and try to look and see if I can notice any pods that are open.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb a tree at
Yeah.
the edge of the clearing. That way I don't have to compete with the canopy. I look out over the top of the field.
Okay. So
Try to see if there's a way around it.
go ahead and roll maneuver for the climb.
Okay.
And then for you, Iara, as you move up and start scanning at the request of Evangeline, you can see movement in some of the pods, but none have peeled open, none have burst open, and so this seems to be a fairly new planting of a field, and they haven't started to spawn yet.
That's good for
There's something I would like to do. So, hearing all of this and seeing that there's an obvious cut point where it becomes the field or bog, I'm going to get down and come right to the edge. I want to look at the point where it's the field versus the point where it's still the living lands. Can I see a war going on, like the plant grows up and it's falling back, getting destroyed as it crosses over some imaginary boundary?
No, there's nothing like that. So it's nothing like conflicting realities.
Well, I don't mean it that way, but is there something in this field that is different? Meaning, where we cut down branches and trees, it starts growing back. Well, something's happened here. I don't know if it's been burned or what, but is it growing back?
So no, because as you start examining it, the bog looks natural, like it was just a natural bog within the this jungle part of it, like a bayou. So,
But it's not overgrown like a bayou is.
no, it's not. It actually did open and clear up, and so there's still a larger canopy, but it's nowhere near as thick as what it was as you guys were traversing.
All right, so there is
through.
growth. Can we still not see through, or we can only because there's less trees?
You can see through.
Okay. Does it look like... So, I heard the word clear from Iara and Evangeline, so does it look like this was cleared and this has grown back?
No. From what you can tell, it doesn't look like it's been cleared out and it's growing back.
So maybe they just planted, quote-unquote, the bog?
Well, the bog looks natural, but the planting was probably not.
Okay.
And so
the bog was
because
probably already here, and then they put the pods in.
because
Right.
of what it needed, correct.
I get that. Well, so then in that case, at that edge, I want to shove a few of the larger plants, say something that's 3 foot tall, over onto the bog side. Does it wilt or darken or anything? Is there any change in the plant as I hold it while they're doing their thing? Hold it over the edge between bog and where we are.
And just so I understand, you're not actually pushing anything into a pod. You're just
No,
pushing
just on the ground, just over there. So what I'm wondering is if something gets seeded at the base of the field to allow them to grow, but also retards growth back. Because again, what Iara told us is she smells death.
Yes. So as you're pushing that plant life onto the bog, no, it just bends over and touches gross water.
All right, and even holding it there, it doesn't seem to do anything. I release it, it does its normal stand up straight on this side.
Yes.
Okay.
So it doesn't smoke, doesn't curl, doesn't blacken. You don't hear dark winds, so no moaning.
But can I strongly smell the smell of death?
It smells.
Or is it which I would not know either. Do I strongly smell the smell of death?
If you had to describe what you smell, is a mixture of human decomp with plant decomp.
Okay.
Are there cranberries?
Are there
Ew.
cranberries?
Yeah.
What?
That's out of character. Bogs to me in Vermont means cranberry bog.
Iara's like Iara, are you okay?
No cranberries.
I was like, is this a pregnancy craving?
Ocean spray. That's where they come from.
In character, no cranberries. V,
Somebody
what
in
did you
passing
roll?
told me about.
I got a 13.
13. You're able to climb up on the edge of the on something on the edge. So the trees, as it clears out, it starts getting to kind of like a grassy bank, maybe about 5 feet of grassy bank before it gets actually into the bog. So you're about 7 feet away from where the bog starts, about 10 feet from the first planting nearest you.
Okay. And I'm looking to see if there's a traversable way around it. And I'm also looking, is there a water source? Is there a river in the distance or anything like that?
Roll find.
Okay. Find. That's going to be a 9.
So as you're looking out,
Minus 1, 10, 9.
what it looks like is the forests, this jungle forest is completely encircled around this bog,
Okay.
and it's just right in the middle of where you guys are traversing, but a very long stretch of it.
Okay.
And you're not seeing any type of fresh water source.
Okay.
The only water is the stagnant, fetid water that this field is planted in.
Okay. I'll come back
Across
down.
it.
So it does not look like there's a way to go around this thing.
Looking across it, or in any direction, do I see structures, edifices? I'm still looking for what was here before the living lands. I'm still hoping to see. I'm going to use the word building because I wouldn't know what else it would be.
Nothing is immediately standing out. There's, on the other side of the bog, there's plant growth. It could be growth over something, but, there's nothing that looks man-made that sticks out.
The growth on the other side's not peculiarly geometric.
Correct. It is not.
What time of day is it right now?
It was about a couple hours when you guys started off in the morning. So if you had to guess, maybe around 11, so late morning.
We've got a little bit of an opening. Which way is the shadows going, or sun is at?
So you're trying to figure out your direction?
Yes.
Roll survival. Or tracking. Either one would be...
It's just incredible. There is, on one side of the die, there's 1 through 9. The other side, there is 10 through 20, and we have pretty successfully been rolling the 1 through 9s.
It's a 9.
You can't quite tell.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to have to very quietly and very systematically navigate this field.
You're thinking of moving through it? I have not gone across anything like this.
It doesn't
But
appear to
wouldn't
be
it
a
get
way
deeper
around it. I mean, it
in the
looks like
middle?
for miles it's going to go around it.
Yeah. I'd be
Oh, I thought it was a
concerned.
mile long on each.
Oh, well, it disappeared. You said there was no actual natural boundary or anything, right?
Well, you see more forest from what you can see.
Okay.
You approximate the length of this bog about 2 miles, and it's about a half mile wide.
I think we move. I mean, it'll be much quicker going at the edge here where we're not constantly having to fight with it, even if we are partially in water.
There you go.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
It allows us to move slow and quiet, but with much less work.
I don't want to get stuck in them.
Yeah, I don't want to get
Middle.
stuck in it either.
Yeah.
And we should probably be on our toes in case someone's watching the Gospog field.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll move around start moving
we
around the
planted
edge.
it.
Okay. You...
If it matters, I would say left edge.
That's what I was thinking too.
The
I don't know
left
why.
by closer to the tree side, not
Clockwise?
the.
Well, as we're looking into the bog, we'll turn left
Okay.
and go along that side of the bog.
Clockwise around it.
So now, are you just walking the edge, or are you looking for a place to cross the bog?
Nope, we're going to walk the edge because eventually there'll be forest there that allows us to go in the other direction. So right now, if we're walking one way, we're looking for the perpendicular for that to go the direction we've been going.
We don't
Okay.
want to go through the Gospog.
Nope, we're trying to avoid
At all.
anything we can to go through that bog.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Gospog
Like, it's
bog.
gonna put something in the way that's gonna force us
the
to go
bog
through.
of
now.
Gospog.
Stay within like the edge of the forest where we're not in the water.
So no problem. You guys don't get into the water. You don't splash the water. There's not really any sort of thick jungle along the edge. There's about 3 to 5 feet of bank, grass, some rocks and trees,
So I
but
was
nothing.
thinking it'd be a little easier to move.
Absolutely. You traverse the edge all the way to the end, and you can make your way back to the direction that you're going again.
Okay. Has anything changed? Obviously, we're at the edge the whole time. Do we see anything move through the bog and the couple of hours it would take us?
No water rippling in the bog. None of the pods seem to break open.
No water rippling at all.
No water
So
rippling at all.
there is no life where we've heard and felt and seen life within this jungle continuously. Are we being accosted by the insects as much at this edge?
Do we hear
No.
the birds and stuff still, or is it now?
Off in the distance, but not right where you're at.
And so no one knows anything about this? You said, Iara, this is similar to something you do? Is that just...
I'm just familiar with Gospog fields.
Okay. And so nothing grows in the Gospog field? Nothing
Gospels.
lives?
Yeah, Gospogs are sort of living. Yeah.
Well, we'll continue to make that corner.
When you get around, make the corner, and same thing on the width side of it is, like I said, about a half mile. The edge of the bank hasn't changed. It's still, that same type of easier
And it's not a
terrain.
perfect edge.
Correct.
It's not like somebody burned and dropped it.
Right, it's not
There's
like a
ins and outs,
rectangle.
angles. It's just generally.
So like I said, the bog was not created. The bog looks natural, and it just out of like Evangeline would know this type of just like fetid water would be a great place to plant gospog. Just a natural environment that they like to grow.
But not a good spot to drink water. So
No, or take a bath, or go swimming.
Yeah.
we're
Come
just
out with
gonna-
leeches and parasites.
something. I feel like these are here. I think something's got to be close to here. If
And it's so
these are
fresh.
here.
If it's so fresh that they have none of them have burst open.
Not yet, but you can see that there's
They're getting
movement.
close.
And as you guys look closely in, so everyone who's looking into the bogs, and trying to study the fields, roll a find.
I think these are gonna pop open as soon as we get out on the edge of these.
12.
14.
Ooh, hold up! I got 20. 26.
Oh,
Very exciting.
It's going to be a 5.
14.
20.
So all of you notice, and you notice with more regularity, it would be about half and half from what you can tell. But what you guys notice along the fields of Gospog, up on top, where whatever was former life form, usually a human that is planted to grow the Gospog, what you guys are seeing is what appears to be like a lizard skull. So you've seen a Dinos. Probably that these fields were also planted with a Dinos as well as human.
Ew. Gross.
Noticing the Adinos, do we notice human?
There's both human and a Dinos, but it's about equally from what you can estimate from what you've seen.
Half and half.
Yeah,
How many
So
do
we
I
all...
see?
I'm sorry.
it's 2 miles.
A lot.
Oh, just like a
It's-
shit ton of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all know about them. Have we all fought them, would you say?
You all fought Gospog except for V and Isle,
Okay.
and so
we did.
yeah.
Yeah, when we got the crown, that when we went down to that room where what's her face was with
So Lady Nightbird.
Lady Nightbird, yes, where we fought her at. First thing we saw when we got down in that room was a little handful of Gospogs.
But I'm thinking as far as like I don't know that my character would know that much about them.
No, I don't think they would. Evangeline's
I would.
character would know
You
the
would,
most.
yeah.
Iara would be familiar just because of the nature of the necromantic.
So
for them.
once they come out, who controls them?
Whatever. So what you know is whatever High Lord that was gifted to them. So here it would be Baruch-Ka.
More than likely be Baruch-Ka.
Are they connected to him maybe by genetics or his blood? How are they tied to him? Do you know?
So Evangeline would know. The Gaunt Man created Gospog, so they're his own creations, and he has given them as gifts to other High Lords as part of the invasion.
That.
And you would also know, I think, especially with that role as you were studying, that this, you would guess that this is only a second planting, second generation Gospog.
Okay. Can I tell how close they are to
Maturity?
rupturing?
If I think they're close, probably within the next couple of days. If one of you guys just laid a fingertip, they would start popping.
So what does the planting mean? What happens if it's a first or a third or a fourth? Do they get stronger, weaker?
So higher generation, so
Assume
like
they'd
a
be-
fifth planting
yeah.
or seventh planting, super powerful.
These ones should be fairly on the weaker side.
They're little babies.
Yeah, little.
Do we
little
have
bubblies.
any idea, a guess, you guys, on what planting we fought when we fought them in Isle?
Second.
Similar.
Probably about
That's-
the same.
They were not. We need to get out of here.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were not simple.
And if they don't pop in the next day or two, I'd be surprised. So,
Then we need to pick up speed.
Yeah.
or we're getting out of this area.
Yeah.
Unless someone wants to light it all on fire.
I look at Iara.
I don't want to risk not all of them dying.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then have them track us
Yeah.
through the
With
rest.
how many? If there was a very small portion, then maybe. But
not
this
a
is
whole-
too many. 2
like,
miles long.
2 miles long and a half
wide.
mile wide.
Yeah, no.
Evangeline, is this a normal-sized field?
Huge.
This is really big. Not normal. Bigger than normal, so I would assume they're guarding something.
Okay, I was to say, do you know the confines, what they're normally a size that's smaller than this? Is it put around something, near something? Are they guarding something, like you said?
Don't know. It could just be random based off of this being a natural bog area,
Okay.
Probably just the
and they took advantage of
taking
it.
advantage of this large, because it's a natural bog, so they probably just took advantage of the size of the bog. And from what I'm understanding, the people in there, they died and then they planted them in there. Or they killed them and then planted them in there.
Usually they're planted alive.
Oh, that's concerning.
So what you're saying is that a person, or potentially, as I'm pointing at one of the skulls, and a Dianos is placed inside that thing?
Yes,
It's about 50-50 with this big field that I can see so far. It's a mix.
it's a bad way to go.
Sure would be wonderful to destroy it.
And with how good these Adinos come through this forest, it wouldn't be hard for them to track us.
Okay. I even though we're not back to even with the other side, I say we move. We continue in the direction we were going, and we'll...
Yep. Get
Let's
away
go.
from here.
Let's
I
get
feel
away from
like
here.
this wouldn't be a random placement out in the middle of nowhere. I feel like something's close by at this point.
So when you reach the other edge, do you move about a mile inland to continue in the same direction, the same trajectory, or do you move in the same direction from this side?
I say at this point, we veer.
Yeah.
We get away from this field and start veering to our mile and hope that we turn up, or whatever we were going to run into bisects it.
Yeah.
I think we need to get away from this as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think if we continue at least in the same angle, we're only a mile off, so eventually we'll hit hopefully something that will be where we're needed to go anyways.
Or we could travel at a slight angle.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are able to make your way around this huge gospog field. And as you start getting just a few feet back into the jungle, the little bit of sun that was coming from the break-in over the bog, that disappears. You start feeling the all too familiar insects coming in and start just swarming around your face and start biting, getting into their cyberware, trying to drink the fluid out of the corner of your eyes, buzzing into your ears. And
Was there sunbeams coming through? Like,
onto the bog.
yeah, right before we go into it. Like, I'm thinking redwood forest, where you're like, you see like the full-on
Rays of
beam-
sunlight.
Yeah, rays of sunlight popping through.
Maybe, but you didn't think about it till
Okay.
you're into the jungle again.
Gotcha.
It's like, damn, I should have looked.
Yeah.
And you guys start making your way back through the jungle. From what the past couple days that you've spent within the jungle, this will be your third full day. What you noticed is because of how thick it is and how it blocks out light, it gets dark here much sooner. So probably around like 4 o'clock is when you guys started to looking for camp and starting to make shelter to give yourself plenty of time. And you've been able to get a couple miles, about 2 miles away from the field, so not super far, but it's about that time again.
Okay. Do what now is normal for us.
Okay.
Look for
shelter.
water plants and set up the hammocks.
So you guys have food, so you don't need to have somebody look for food, but someone does need to make a survival roll for water, and someone needs to make the survival roll to make shelter.
I think the same ones we did last time.
Yep.
But now that there's one other person didn't have to roll for food, that means it can be added to help can be added. So who is doing the water roll?
I am.
I think you got a higher survivor than me. Now that you're not stymied and all that, right?
And then who is
Are
adding
you
to
still
water?
injured?
I am
Mine's
adding the
11.
water.
Here's
Okay.
11, mine's 9.
Okay.
But you're still injured by
Shan,
wanna add
Tori,
to water.
who's adding? Are you
I have,
guys
yeah,
adding to
I have
water?
1 wound, so it's 10.
Okay.
Still better than 9.
It's still
Yep.
better.
So
That's lower by a few points, so I'll add to.
And I'll add to the shelter.
okay, so you're adding to shelter. You're adding to water. Which one are you
Shelter.
adding to? So shelter.
She's
She's
rolling
rolling
shelter.
I'm rolling
Oh,
shelter.
you're rolling shelter. Okay, so 2 are adding to shelter. 1's adding to water.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make your rolls.
Ooh. It's all right.
Do I want to spend a chip?
I think I'm spending a chip.
spin the chips?
13.
13.
You added 1?
Yeah.
16.
16.
You both.
So both of you guys are able to achieve your objectives for this.
Nice.
You're able to find water for everyone, so everyone's able to rehydrate and avoid the stymie, and you're able to get a successful hooch established off the ground.
Yes.
Nice.
I'll pull out some food from a pack.
And you pull out food, so I see, guys. It's kind of like the fire swamp. You're learning the secrets of the fire swamp. And the watch order, has that changed?
No.
I think we stick with the same order.
Yeah, what we have is good.
It's working.
Okay. The night goes by uneventful.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
You and I get a strength roll for healing.
Yes, you do.
7.
9.
Oh, you can try first aid on her again, though, can't you?
No, now it's a strength roll because we're just physically
Could
healing.
I try helping with the first aid?
Well, if somebody wasn't healed, like that set of injuries hasn't been healed by first aid, then yes, you can try and first aid it.
I will try to first aid her again. As we get up, I notice she's still like.
I'm only at 1 wound and 0 shots. So I'm
Okay.
like,
She healed a
I'm
wound
okay.
from first aid already, didn't you?
I think we both did.
Did you? Okay.
From
Yeah,
first
yeah,
aid?
both
Get
did.
to
Oh,
first
okay,
aid
never
again
mind.
Even if it's a new day?
I thought
Correct.
it was strength.
Oh.
Because it's the same wound that was
Same
treated.
set of wounds, yeah. Unless you have the magical healing spell.
I do not.
So I think
I don't do
we're getting up
healing.
and going exactly.
Yeah,
the
you
Yep,
did
I
the
do
opposite.
death.
You did
Okay.
the
Yep.
And when you exit the shelter and start working, start sweating, those damnable insects start coming in. Everybody make your mind rolls.
Mind rolls. Nice. 17's gonna be a 4.
Fuck, dude.
So mine's
16.
going to be a 13.
So made it.
9.
9.
The
Ooh,
2 of
sorry.
you are stymied.
17. I am leaning into this now. I mean, it instead of being annoying, it's fuel.
The insects are my friends.
You're like rubbing
No.
them and smearing the blood.
Right.
on
No,
them.
but that's it. Instead of I'm realizing that if I put enough paint of
Bug goo.
dead bugs and goo, they stop trying.
Is the bedding that we've been using lightweight enough for like somebody of your strength to carry so we don't have to do that check every night?
But he's also swinging through everything, clearing
Yeah.
stuff with me, so somebody else would have to carry it.
And my guessing is no. If it's a thick enough leaf for us to sleep in and put our weight into it, probably not.
Oh, is it something that can be rolled up and
But maybe
How
you
much-
could bring the vines.
So
I'm talking about the webbing that we actually lay on.
the way that it's set up, you're not rolling to make portable shelter. That's not what the roll
Rolling
was.
to look for
You're
this.
you're
Alright.
looking for this piece right here and rolling
And
for
making
that.
sure there's places to connect it to,
Yes.
and
Just asking. Yeah. All right.
it's a good idea though.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys said you are continuing to stop every once in a while, listening to the forest, just checking that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That stop also allows us to look for animal tracks so we can get food again, and also allows us to periodically see, is there a change? We see light over there, or we again see a geometrically shaped collection of vegetation.
right.
Yeah.
So on your guys' first stop, and you're listening, you can hear like off in the distance, so quite a ways, the best you can tell, but something bipedal, heavy walking.
Dear God, it's a T-Rex.
Just go
That's the
straight
first
to,
place your mind goes.
straight to T-Rex.
Might be a T-Rex.
If it's very far in the distance, so we can hear it.
bipedal,
T-Rex,
could be
yeah.
something, yeah.
I've seen Jurassic Park too many times.
And then if somebody's actually looking for like tracks to follow to hunt, they need to roll a survival.
I
There was one of the two of you that was the tracker.
I have
It's not me.
tracking, which is only at a 9, though.
have 13 on both survival and tracking.
Well, there you
Go
go.
Yeah, you do it.
I hear it. Hang on, guys. Let me check to see where this
Please.
is coming from.
Well, you're tracking for animals. You're tracking for food.
But we can all kind of hear it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
let's just everybody freeze for a second.
14.
14. You spot tracks Not like cloven one, like, they pointed out before, but definitely track, you would say, some type of deer.
Okay.
Now, listening to this stepping sound as we freeze here for a moment, does it sound like it's getting closer to us?
Can't tell. I mean, it's off in the distance, but you can definitely...
Does it sound big?
Something definitely big is thumping big steps.
And it's continued. Like the whole time we've stopped, we haven't heard it stop.
Do I continue to hear the animals, or have the animals, like little chirping noises and
Oh, that's a
little
good
critters,
one,
has
too.
that stopped?
No, so
That's still continuing?
That's still continuing. And from what you're listening, I mean, yes and no. It's stopping, then picking back up again.
Right.
Then stopping.
Is it in the direction we're going, or can we tell if it's like off towards our
We
side?
can't tell.
Can't tell.
Crap. Okay.
It's
We're
in the
gonna find
distance,
T-Rex.
and it's echoing off the trees.
I see some deer tracks.
Well, if it's like an apex predator or something like that, it'll probably be running a lot of the smaller animals in a certain direction as they run from it.
Yes.
So we'll keep an eye out for that.
I think we need to hunt, but I think we also need to be aware
Yeah.
of this thing.
Do the deer tracks that I see, do they look like they are just walking, or do they look like they're running?
Oh, good observation. No, they're walking.
Okay. So,
So it's not panic tracks.
right, yeah, it's not like
We certainly should
we're not
not-
following behind
Like
this
a
thing possibly,
stampede.
or at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I say let's go ahead and continue what we're doing. Just be a little bit more...
Do we want to
Well,
hunt
do we
this
want to
deer?
hunt?
We're only about
I-
one set of rations for everybody with the pork.
How long is the meat that we have going to last us before we have to get more?
You guys, I mean, so I asked you like what you guys did with it. Took much of it back to the kill site. I mean, how much? I heard somebody say at least 1 day of rations.
That was what,
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
should probably hunt then.
I just put chunko pork.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
I
have pork
buried and took with me.
rations.
I mean, if you're
Yeah.
getting
Like
much
multiple.
more than a pound and a half, it becomes kind of difficult to carry.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say that we should probably try to hunt for this deer that we are seeing.
Okay.
Okay.
If we are going to close on it and attack it, I am wonderful for that. But at distance, I am not.
I've got a ranged weapon, but
too.
with the sound of this creature, I don't want to draw it near with...
I have a bow.
So
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be
It's
better.
silent.
But you shouldn't go alone.
Yes,
Do
somebody
you
should
want
come
me to
in.
go with you?
Yes.
I can go
For-
quietly.
Yeah.
Then the two of you should go.
And so then you guys' intention is to go off and look for
Track
this.
the beast up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the three of you doing then?
I
Keep
say we get
relaxing
off
and
the
keeping
ground.
alert.
Okay.
Oh, good idea.
Oh, what was that?
Although
Off the ground.
if we're off the ground, we wouldn't feel vibrations if it got closer and we still couldn't identify.
We
it.
could hear it.
That's a thought. But if we're on the ground, we can feel it. If we still
we
can't
should
figure out
still
where it's
be able
coming
to
from.
in the trees, though.
Hug
Because
the
it's all
tree.
connected.
All right, I can't argue. This is not where I grew
I
up.
just feel like if it's something big and it's moving around, we're sitting ducks
If
just
it's
sitting
big
on the
like
ground.
that, you're going to know.
Good
It's
idea.
getting close, you're going to know.
right.
And you're going to have time to react.
We're probably going to hear the trees crashing. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's,
Go up in
it's
the
not,
trees and
it's not
relax.
trying to be quiet. You know.
Or do we...
Oh.
I mean...
You're
Yeah.
just stuck in the tree.
Hopefully, in climates
Yeah,
higher
that's
than
my other
it's-
thing
it's
is we
like,
might be
you know,
stuck in a
Big thing,
tree.
then you're like,
It's got Tyrannosaurus arms and can't reach you.
But are we able to hide easier inside the tree?
Hey.
yeah.
Because if it is a T-Rex, stay still.
Play dead.
Don't move. It shouldn't see you.
Well, that's
Stay out of the tall grass.
that's.
But
what
I don't
they
think that's gonna work in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they think.
Okay, so if you guys are climbing trees, the three of you, I need you to make maneuver rolls.
Can we help each other up? And
So yeah, so actually one person can make it, and then because you're all helping each other, you can
11.
add.
yep, that's not me. It's you. I'm adding +1.
Oh, it's
Oh,
over
wait.
here.
And don't forget
Mine's
you're stymied.
Mine's 9 because I'm stymied.
Again, not mine.
Mine's 7 because I'm stymied.
Okay, it's me, I guess.
Plus 1.
20,
Nice start.
24,
26.
22. Because I'm taking...
Is our
oh,
plus 1?
wait,
Ours
wait,
go after she
24.
gets the number.
19, 17.
Plus
and then
2.
plus the 2 back, so...
So-
19.
Yeah, the way I mean, it's the same tree because you guys are going the same path, but you are confident you're deep up in the canopy. So the two of you, I need you to make a tracking roll.
Both of us make tracking?
Just one.
Just
Somebody
one.
add.
What's your tracking? I think it's higher than mine.
13.
13, go for it.
19.
19. And actually, really, very good. The next thing now is you're confident that you're tracking this, but please not make stealth rolls.
Stealth. So it's 14.
10.
We're gonna have to come save them now.
Oh, we're pretty
From the
quiet.
damn T-Rex.
We're pretty quiet.
From the T-Rex.
So
Yeah, I was just
as-
thinking we should have stuck together.
Yeah.
It took a while to track, so maybe about an hour's time getting through the vegetation and moving slow and just, very, very, as you're stalking the track. You actually are able to see the stag through just glimpses of the trees. You think that you're in the right, the right wind direction, so you're downwind from it. And all of a sudden, though, when you go to step, it's that dry twig and it's you, Iara, and that stag just kind of looks over and just bounds straight up and then takes off, just bounding through the forest.
Should I take a shot at it?
It's gone.
Is it completely gone?
It's gone.
Yeah, and I don't think that we should try to go after it. I think that we're gonna.
A gunshot might scare off a lot of the other stuff, maybe. But
Or call upon the T-Rex.
maybe.
Yeah, I would say.
T-Rex probably doesn't know what that gunshot. What does that sound?
Yeah, it's like, oh, what is it? I'm gonna go look.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
We can continue to try and
apologize,
track it.
Yeah.
We see the direction that it went off.
Or
Yes,
it's this big thing on this side, which
But
just looks like.
That's also bipedal.
yeah.
I think that we're already an hour away from them, and I don't want to get too far from what happened to them when they hunted. I think we should just come back and cut our losses, and we'll try for another hunt later. It's my opinion.
It won't take us an hour to get back. It was an hour kind of sneaking through the woods.
Yeah, true.
So you guys make your way back.
Yep.
It's only going to take you, when you're moving back, maybe about 30 minutes, getting through. So
Okay.
about half the time.
We show up empty-handed.
Yeah.
We show up empty-handed. For you guys, for that hour and a half that you've been waiting, can't tell, but without even having to roll, it sounds like those steps are getting closer, getting a little bit louder.
And everybody's back now?
About an hour and a half later, yes.
So, are we all in the same tree?
I would have
Or,
thought we
nearby
climbed the
trees?
same tree.
You guys are in the same tree.
We're on the ground.
Yeah, they're on the ground, though.
Do we know that you guys? We don't even know you guys are.
Well,
Hey,
I'll whistle
Hey, up
down
here.
to you guys. We'll just whistle down to get your attention.
What are you guys doing in that tree?
Get in a tree. It's coming.
Have we heard the continual steps of this big beast in the distance as well?
As you guys are coming, yeah. I mean, like when you stop, take a breath and whatnot, look around, just check your surroundings. You can hear it. It just sounds louder. It definitely, it's moving without purpose, but from what you can tell, it seems to be coming in your direction.
Like from straight in the direction we were coming, off from the sides.
I can't really tell exactly from what direction it is
Echoing
coming.
around.
It's just
Dang it.
It's just getting closer.
it just seems louder. The footsteps just seem louder. You can start hearing some, like far off breaking.
I'm gonna go and climb in a tree just in case it.
This is either Swamp Man from Scooby Doo or a
Maneuver.
T-Rex. So
Can you drop a vine down?
15. Okay, cool. Maneuver. So a total of 15 to get up the tree there.
So you scamper up.
Yeah, I'd rather not be caught, on the ground when this thing shows up.
I'm great at
we'll
maneuvering.
try to help
Okay.
toss in. So I'll add one.
I'll help as well. So that's one.
Two.
Does she have room in our tree?
There's
I
there's
a
feel
giant
like,
ass tree.
are we so high that we can't, like...
yes.
Right,
You guys
okay.
scampered way up high
Okay.
and deep into the canopy.
We're hiding up there.
I got a 4.
Then I'll start scanning with my
I have
my
this. I
scope
have
on
an
my
8,
gun, my
and
smart
I rolled
link.
a 4.
Ignores the first two range
Minus
increments.
6.
But so I'll just start
That's your
scanning
two,
with that
so
to see if
minus
I
4.
can spot this beast in case it comes into my vision.
So you start looking, don't
No.
see anything. Roll me a d6.
4.
So you get about
4/6 the way up.
Oh no.
I tried to get up the tree and I failed.
No, you're gonna hit the ground as soon as this thing steps into our area, right?
She's gonna give us away.
Yeah. Boom. Roar.
So it takes a while. It would be maybe about 4 meters. So, climbing up, and then you start to slip. I need you to make that desperation.
How many meters did you find falling damage?
Yeah. So you need to make that desperation dex check to hang on.
Is she close enough where we can reach down, try to grab her, and help her,
He said you guys
or start
are awake.
pulling on
since I've
the
gotten
vine?
Yeah, she's close enough to be able to help.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're tossing the vine down to
Like,
you.
she's
so.
like, ah, and then we're like, ah.
Uh-huh. It's like,
So adding.
up. That's better.
It's a difficult, so 12.
Are you helping?
Yeah, I'll help. But
Okay,
I'll
12,
12.
Exactly 12.
So you hang on to the rope.
Yes.
So you start. So you it's one of those things where you start falling. The rope itself that you guys are holding on, she reaches out, is able to grab the vine, but starts sliding, and then somebody says, V! V was scanning the distance, reaches over and sees what's happening. He kind of just lunges over, grabs hold of the vine, and you can feel your momentum stop. And so they start pulling up, and you're able to make it up into the tree. So there's 5 storm nights in a tree.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
We've been here before.
What are you doing, and how long are you waiting?
Well, it's coming towards us, so it's going to pass by at some point.
But how long is that?
Did you guys have any luck with the food?
Well, it's not. It can't be forever.
A deer.
It's either going to get
off.
louder and come close by us, or it's going to get quieter and go away. If it gets quieter, I say we go down.
Sure.
If it gets louder, we're just going to stay hidden.
While we're waiting, Iara, keep an eye to the ground. If this thing is coming, creatures would run from it. Maybe you can shoot something from here.
Yeah.
Watch us be in the middle of like a nesting area, and it's going to like curl up underneath us, and then we're going to have to sneak out while it's asleep.
What if the tree is like
An ant.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
And it just like starts getting up and
What are you doing in my branches?
So then the plan is to wait.
That's we're waiting it out.
we don't want to fight the T-Rex.
I
it is
think
a
we need to
T-Rex.
start
I
taking
think
levels
if
and
we're-
waiting.
I think if we're up high enough, one of us might be able to jump down on it and bareback it.
Show me how
If there's
that
nothing,
works.
if there's not something already on it. But my main thinking is the fact that if it's coming our way, it's going to chase stuff our way potentially. So we
Yeah,
might be
right.
able to get food out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not
Maybe.
jumping
And
down in
draw-
front of it.
the only-
No, but she can
But if
hit it
we-
with an arrow.
But if we hit it with an arrow, will that draw it
Right.
to the food that we just killed?
Why? Why? What do your arrows do? Do they make noise?
No, but it kills things.
But we don't know how intelligent this thing is.
Like, does it smell blood?
Right. That's where I'm thinking is it's not so much that my arrows are going to bring its attention, but a dead thing. If it's a predator, dead things, even if it's not this that brings attention to it, there.
and then we're sitting above it while it's chowing down on whatever's underneath us.
Ooh, just very quietly.
So I say, well, I would assume it's going to stomp on something or leave something.
I would rather not starve. So I say we still shoot it and see what happens.
I'm sure there's
the
going to be
thing?
some stragglers that are running in different
Yeah.
directions. We can go for one that would more than
Yeah.
likely
And again, my
not.
thinking is if nothing comes under us, it's probably not coming our way.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good point.
And then the stomps will get quieter, and then we go down.
Yes.
Yep.
Waiting.
Waiting.
1 hour goes by.
We're still hearing this thing thump around.
I mean, no,
Is it like circling us or something?
no. So it's
I get what it's
was
doing.
it's something that's just living in its realm.
Right.
When it moves, you hear it. When it's not moving, you don't hear it.
This is his way of saying we better get down because we have to fight it.
Yep. Okay, let's just get it over with.
Did we see anything come under us, though? That's actually important.
No.
All right.
All right.
So nothing's
So my
getting
guess,
chased our way.
my suspicion is it's still at distance.
Yeah. Let's just keep trying
Any
to move on
closer?
in the same
Any
direction.
further? Same distance?
Sometimes it got
sounds
farther.
weird. You know, the forest does tamp sound, and so you're not feeling any vibration, and you're not hearing the sound of branches cracking. You know, any closer or louder.
Well, I'm gonna try to like wrap up this vine, or the strongest vine I think I can see, because I can use that as a lasso for other animals too if we need it.
There's plenty there. I mean, plenty of quarter vines used
Wrapping
for
up my
cordage.
vine, attach it to my belt.
All right. Scrimp her back down. Quietly.
Yes,
And then start heading back the same direction we were heading.
So now,
keeping an eye on the sound.
question: are you still hacking your way through the
No.
forest, or are you going to go
Stealthing.
slower and try to actually stealth your way through
I'm
it?
gonna go stealth.
I say stealth.
Sure.
Well, if one of us isn't stealthing, it isn't going to matter for the
Yeah,
rest of
that's
us.
the problem.
So yeah, we're going to try and move quietly.
We'll try.
Which
Like
cuts us
someone
to
stomping
what?
and whistling while the rest of us are like
We're at
sneaking.
1/3 speed, crashing through. Now, how slow are we?
Very.
Very. And so, I mean, you're going about a little over half a mile. First of all, you have to be able to find a way to traverse. So it's going to be a find roll. Then you're going to have to make a maneuver to actually get through where you're going because you're not cutting your way through. And then finally a stealth roll to try to do it without sound.
God dang. Okay, maybe we can just cut a little bit and just do like a little path to squeeze. Just do like a little slash here and there to kind of make just a
Yeah,
little bit of
bend things
room,
back.
but still
Yep.
kind of keeping more on the quieter side.
Because remember, again, you guys are back into the thick of the jungle to
Yeah.
live in land.
And I mean, animals have to make their way through this too. So yeah, we're making noise, but other animals are making noise also.
Oh, that's an interesting thought. So when
Yeah.
we change from just hacking to bits everything to just kind of cutting where we need to, do the ambient animal noises go away like they normally do, or do they stay at their normal height? Like, obviously, as we get closer to where the frogs are, the frogs stop. But if you've ever walked in frogs, there's the noise in front and behind you that's basically the same distance the whole way. Is it staying like that?
So it is. So when you're not chopping and trailblazing your way through, it's one of those things where when you do make a cut and then kind of wait and see, everything stops, and then a few seconds later, life picks back up again.
I think we're good. I think we keep moving.
But you guys are moving so slow, but that's the rate that you're going.
Keeping an ear out on those darn stomps.
Yes, being very aware of the stomps, but also for other things.
I still think we'd do the, well, I guess it really wouldn't be spreading out in the same kind of movement that we've been, because now we're creating a smaller pathway. It's more of like a single file line.
Yeah.
So the way that you're moving now, you're like I said, moving about 0.6 of a mile. Now you're about moving 0.3 of a mile. So basically a half kilometer as you're moving through per hour. That was 11 when you guys, but around 10 when you took your first break. You waited in the tree for an hour. Actually, no, it's even more than that because you're an hour and a half
so
for the
it's
hunt.
2.5 hours after.
So it's about 10, 11, 12, about
12:30.
12:30. And 1:30, you moved a third of a mile going this slow
So we're going to get roughly another mile before it's going to be dark.
before you start having to make camp. Which,
And we're still hearing the footfalls.
oh yeah, I mean it's intermittent, but you're definitely still hearing it.
But not louder, not softer.
Sometimes it sounds louder, and everyone kind of gets scared and panicky, and then waits, and then it sounds softer. I mean, it's
just living.
It's living. It's wandering about its home.
It's in its habitat.
One thing you can definitely tell, though, it does not seem to be picking up or following any type of scent.
It's not like coming after us or anything else specifically.
However, you're not very far from it either by the time you make camp. So,
Tree.
Okay, so I think we do what we've been doing.
I'm pulling a Katniss and tying myself to a tree.
so question then. Do you guys intend to make a camp, or do you intend to go through the night?
Moving? How does everyone feel about that? Do we move through the night?
This is already a hard enough journey
Right,
as
I
it
don't
is
think
without
we
being
need to-
able to see, and I don't think we're going to get very far if we can't see, or we're just going to walk
Wander
into
into
some kind of
something.
nocturnal something or other.
We tired ourselves
agree.
out even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably going to stymie us again.
I mean, we're already in the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say we
Keep moving.
camp. We won't. I would say no. We cold camp tonight. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm climbing up into a tree and
Yeah, I'm gonna
securing
sleep in a
myself
tree.
to a branch.
Yeah.
With the
I'm making
vines.
the hammocky thing.
Okay.
I'm going to sleep in a tree.
So you're going cold camp, which means no fire, no warmth, but it's pretty hot and muggy.
I think we've
anyways.
been cold camp.
We have
Well,
been.
we did. We built
We
a
cooked the
fire
pig.
to
When you
cook.
cook.
The
Oh, that's right. We cooked the pig
Yeah.
the one day.
Yeah. But you still need food, so that means somebody's going to need to look for grubs because you give yourself
Can
a
I
day
make
of rations.
well, we have vines. Can we make a trap?
You can absolutely attempt to make a snare.
Something's got to go through it.
I'm going to run on reduced rations, Can I eat like half of what I had and then, instead of the whole day's ration and still be all right, or what?
Yeah,
So
that's kind of what I was thinking.
this evening, when you think about that, you're like, shit, I should have done that.
Okay.
All right, who wants to help me make a trap?
So, and
What
need somebody to do
Survival.
a snare for survival for food. Need somebody to do survival up in the trees to ensure that you can find get a place to sleep. And then again, water.
I'm going to help with water.
I'll do water again.
So rolling for water with your help.
I'm a 9 with my stymie.
I'm a 7 with stymied, so I'll add.
I'll add.
Well, we need.
We need
still
three,
need
we
three
need
of us
three
have to
rolls.
roll.
Need two
Yeah.
other rolls, two other rollers.
So who's rolling so far?
I'll roll
I'm
for one
rolling
of them.
Okay, and
water.
I'll add to yours.
Shelter.
So shelter, and then that
Then
means
Tori,
you'll be
you're doing
rolling
your
for
snare.
food.
Mine's at 7.
Oh, I'll roll a 9 then, so I can roll. Be the
That's
third
why I was like, I
roller.
think I have the lowest.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm rolling for what?
So you're rolling for
You're,
food.
you're a straight. No, he's rolling. Yeah, he's rolling straight for food.
Who are
I'll
you
add
helping?
to food.
You add to food. Okay.
Didn't work out that well. All
Do
right.
you want me to roll to add to it?
You can't
If
be
you
blind.
Well, you
want
didn't-
It's up
to.
to
you
you whether
tell
you're
me
going to
what-
add plus
Oh.
1 or
So before you've been adding one, so you didn't tell me.
It's all right.
It's all right.
All right,
So
so,
you're
five,
adding.
So it's a 6.
So no food tonight.
But the plus one, you're a 7.
You're at 7.
Okay.
So still
So
no
are you adding plus 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Vic, go and
So-
roll.
I got a 15.
No, plus one, I
so
was a
two,
six, so.
4, 15 plus 1, 16.
16. You're able to find water. And so you're able to get some drinks, so that way you're fine. Shan?
11.
Okay. It was a difficulty of 12 because you're up in the tree, and so you're not said it's not the base.
I didn't go up in the tree.
You said I thought you were making shelter up in the tree.
I said a hammock thing. They're tying themselves in the tree.
Oh,
You're
okay.
finding shelter for us, though.
You're
To find a
effectively
place
making
to
shelter.
You're
Where
trying to
we
find a
would
place.
hang
for
the
food.
hammock and
Yeah.
find enough leaves.
I guess I'm finding them shelter in the tree. And
So the way that we've done it before is, because at night everybody is splitting
Together.
up and making
Tasks.
splitting the task to make it easier, so not one person has to make all 3 rolls. And so the way it came down to, you were working on shelter,
Yeah.
Evangeline and V were looking for food, which there was none, so you guys are hungry, and that's going to be down 1 shock for everybody because no food. Max and Iara were looking for water. They were able to find it, but that left you to work on shelter, and you were not able to make a good shelter. And so, for whatever reason,
sleep on the floor.
well, I mean, you can still sleep up in the canopy and tie yourselves in,
We don't sleep good, right?
but you're not sleeping well. And it's, instead of the bugs, it's like little birds and snakes that are.
Like crawling up our pant leg.
Yes.
So is that an additional shock?
So that's going to be an additional shock that you're all down.
Well, at least I'm in the tree. I'm off the ground. I won't get stomped on.
Just get eaten out of the tree like a little burrito.
At one point during the night, you can actually start hearing the sounds of branches and whatnot cracking as the footsteps get louder. But, it kind of wakes everybody up. It's that loud, but it doesn't sound like it's getting any closer, and it kind of sounds like it's starting to go back a little bit. But from where you first heard it to where it is now, it's definitely gained ground on you guys.
Do we dare move?
The night goes by,
No reason to.
morning comes.
If we do the wait thing again, he's going to say, you wait an hour and nothing changed. So we're just going to have to get down and keep going.
Yeah, we really just keep going because until something happens, it happens.
Yeah.
We're just
You and I have a
tromping
chance
through
to
the
heal
woods.
again.
That's all we're doing.
What is it, a strength roll?
Yes.
10?
Are
Is
those
that
of us
10?
who are stymied still stymied?
No, I rolled a 17.
Oh, okay.
That's plus 4 to my 6. That's
Yeah.
10.
That's
Yeah.
a wound.
Oh,
You're,
That's a
you're
wound.
healed, so I'm the only one wounded.
Yeah.
Are we still stymied?
We're not stymied. We had 2 shock.
Well, I think.
So you're
I
down
was
2
still
shock,
stymied.
but
If you were
as
stymied because we didn't eat anything.
no, they were stymied because
roll,
the
the mind
bugs.
roll, yeah.
Oh, I see.
It was on the mind roll, and those incessant bugs are everywhere. So morning comes. Do you guys press on? Do you wait? This is the 4th day being in this jungle.
Yeah, we're
Might as
not
well. There's no
waiting.
reason for us
We just
to.
keep
No,
going.
just
We
ask.
We
just
don't.
keep going. Yeah.
Do you move at 1/3, or do you
Might as
take?
well keep hacking and slashing.
Yeah,
Can
fuck
we
it.
just go?
Like,
I
we just
mean,
need to go.
we're just tromping
needs
through
to
the woods
happen.
day after day.
We'll still go and then stop
Man.
every little bit, listen in, try to pinpoint where those stomps are.
I think
try
we'll
to
just deal
avoid
with it.
that
We're gonna
and then
cross
just
that
keep
bridge when
going.
we get to it. If something
Yeah.
presents itself, you know.
Yeah, if it wants to come
Right.
eat us, we'll deal with it then. But
Deal
we
with it,
can't,
yeah.
like,
It's gonna take so
We're
long.
kinda-
to
yeah,
get
travel
out of here.
through the forest so gingerly
Oh,
that
yeah.
we'll
Especially-
die before we get there.
Especially if it seems like it's just living through here, so we're not.
Because all we're doing is we're on a nature walk.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever it is, like you're the most woodland area. It doesn't sound like it's hunting.
Got it. It's
Until it
just
sees us.
it's just moving about.
Yeah,
It's doing
okay.
it. It's living its life.
Hack and slash. Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Okay, everybody, make your mind rolls for the damn bugs.
11.
Nothing's good.
2, I'm stymied again.
Yeah, it's 8.
Well,
So
no,
now
you too.
so
Me,
17.
we both
I'm
got
good.
2s. So.
Yeah. So am I double stymied if I'm already stymied?
Very stymied.
Very stymied. Yeah, which is minus
God
4.
damn.
I'm stymied.
Stymied.
I made mine 17.
Okay, so the 2 of you are good. Max is stymied, and then Azrael and
Very
Evangeline
stymied,
are
yeah.
both very stymied.
I'm just moving along through there.
I should not be in the front any
No.
longer.
So like right now,
You got the
this-
hacking weapon that you can cut through the.
Yeah, if you want
Yeah,
me
but
to,
I'm -4 now. It's stymied.
if you want me to borrow your hacking weapon, because I don't have anything to get through.
There you go.
I'll go. I'll take over
You
the
got the
hacking.
machete.
So like you move into the back of the line, which is good because the itching that now and bugs will start moving are in much more personal areas than they were before. So
some privacy.
it's bad. And you guys move through the jungle.
Keep going.
When you do your stops, everybody roll mind for me. Or tracking if you have it.
1.
12.
10.
6.
It's gonna be a 0.
10.
10?
No, wait.
No, sorry, it's
6.
gonna be a 1.
Oh,
gonna be
fuck.
a 1.
6.
The 12, best that you can tell, you can pin. You can pin. You think that the steps that you're hearing are now behind you, whereas before just kind of like sounding off. That's what you're feeling. I mean, nothing really definite, but it sounds like now they're behind you.
It's tracking
Does
us.
it seem like it's behind and still doing its thing, or behind and like coming towards us?
You would say coming towards you.
Oh Lord.
Tree!
We'll just keep going. I mean, we
I
gotta catch this.
think for this one round, I'm not telling them that I heard that. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep moving forward.
So you keep moving forward.
If it seems much more obvious that it's coming at us, and it's more of a tracking coming at us, then I will stop and let them know. But for now, if it's just
If it's
behind
that
us.
big, it's going to have trouble moving through the trees as well. I mean,
Not unless it's
Unless
just
it's just
knocking them
stomping
over.
it
Maybe it's
down.
just really,
crushing
maybe it's
them.
not that big. It's
Like,
just really.
well,
making
again,
its known path.
cutting them
We don't
down is not
know,
going to help
man.
us. I mean, they're so interwoven. I don't think it's going to knock them over. It's not like walking through a conifer forest where bashes one and takes
Yeah.
out two as it falls.
yeah,
They all hold each other up. I mean, it's like running through briar patch for it potentially.
right. So yeah, for now I'm keeping it to myself unless it seems as if it started hunting us.
Okay.
In my expertise.
Okay. The afternoon goes on, and you start getting about 2.5 miles in from where you're at, and you can actually start seeing through the edge of the trees, like you're actually getting to the edge of the forest.
God.
Finally.
It's thinning.
It's thinning.
Okay. I say we
Move forward.
redouble our efforts.
Press on.
So as
Let's
you
not burst out into the open.
Right.
Yeah. We'll get to the edge.
Approach the edge.
Absolutely, we'll get to the edge.
We're like,
Approach-
"Ha-ha," and
Approach the edge a little quietly to see
Entire
what's
army.
Just step out on
Hello.
Yeah.
hear as a car drives by.
Yeah, I'm gonna move quietly towards the edge of the woods.
So as you guys start stealthing your way through the woods, everyone roll stealth for me.
It's gonna be 19.
Don't forget your modifiers.
I might as well not roll.
I know.
I got a 10.
Okay.
6.
-2.
-2.
Very stealthy we
I'm
are.
just tearing.
6.
It would
I
have
mean,
been.
it would make sense.
So
Would've
the
been
two
fun.
of you have this presence of mind. It's like, well, let's approach this slowly. The oppression of the jungle and the goddamn bugs
Dragging my feet.
being able to like get free for them, you guys just push forward.
Desperate to get out of the jungle.
Yeah. So it's not that you're not trying to be stealthy. It's just like, get me out of
I'm
here.
like crying as I'm running.
The light.
So when you break through and the trees, and you can actually start seeing through the trees, and what it looks like is you're now going to be coming into like some type of large, big grassy meadow.
Let's stay to the edge of the forest.
Yeah.
And then when you break through, and actually you guys kind of stop and more just
More meticulously approach the edge.
right.
Yeah.
Whereas the three of you just run through the edge of the trees, and that's exactly kind of what you see is just maybe a huge prairie that is now just kind of out in the open. One of the things, there's two things that you immediately see though. In front of you looks to be a chasm that runs the entire length of the prairie. So basically bifurcating it into two. And on the other side of the prairie is this, like it's empty prairie, except what looks like this little, like a little shelter, maybe like 2 feet by 2 feet, sitting about 2 feet up in the air, just right there in the middle.
Outhouse.
And
What's sitting 2 feet in the air?
like a little sunbreak, like a little
Oh.
shelter, like somebody
Okay.
made it for shade.
Like a
And that's on
blind.
the other side of the chasm.
On the other side,
Like
Like
a
a little
like a
hunting,
deer blind or
hunting
something?
kind of,
Small
yeah.
building.
not really like a blind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like an outhouse.
More like a, what do you call it?
Just like a canopy kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to continue to stealth through the grass and up to the edge of the chasm to take a
Okay,
look down.
so the grass is kind of important.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about basically a single type of grass? Or is it still the same kind of thing, this variation of flora everywhere?
It's a variation. It's not like one type of grass. It's a prairie. So in a prairie,
So
you're going to have
what
grass, you're going to
how
have
tall is
weeds.
it?
You're
Right, but what
it's
I'm getting at is, looking at it, do I feel like we have just stepped out of the living lands? When we've been moving through this thick jungle of just trees and moss and vines and everything, and suddenly, boom, we're in a place with, flowing grass and nothing more, I would expect.
If Max thinks the living land is just, jungle like this, then yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
It's maybe about 2 feet high.
Okay, so it would be too difficult for me to try.
So it's in a nice breeze. As you guys look across, you can see, the field just kind of wave with the breeze.
I don't like this.
I'm going to try and take some of the grass from the edge and, start putting it in, to try and create like a ghillie suit so I can sneak through.
Go and roll survival for me. See how effective you are.
Can I hear those stomps? Do they still sound behind us?
They still sound. Well, you weren't
No,
able to
I'm not.
pinpoint that,
Oh,
but
okay.
you can still hear them.
The grass doesn't work. I got a 3.
Okay, so yeah, you're thinking maybe I'll put it right here that just kind of falls in clumps.
I don't think we should go through the grass. I think we should kind of stay to the edge of the forest. And
At least to get to
Well,
the other
yeah,
side,
the forest
Yeah.
get
to the chasm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's my thought.
So as you look and make your best guesstimate, this prairie is maybe like about a 5-mile prairie. It's a big prairie.
It's as far as we can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to look how far across to the shelter.
So as you look closer, roll find for me.
Look. All right. Let's see here. That's a -2, so 8.
So as you look out, you can't really gauge the distance and how far. Just the distance on this prairie, and especially being on flat land without any elevation, it's just kind of hard to triangulate the length of this, where it's going to be.
Hey, Greg.
Can we see the sun?
Yes.
Where is it? Like, which direction are we going?
Roll survival for those who are looking for direction or trying to find direction.
On the roll, so I have not thought about this when I've been rolling. It's a suck-ass roll, but bonus chart on a 1, on the actual die roll, if it's a 1, it's just fail. So I wouldn't even, if I roll a just straight up 1 on the dice, unless I spend a possibility, I just tell you I failed, right?
Yeah.
So it's a -10, so most likely a 1's going to be a fail.
Right, and I agree with that, but
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not, on our sheet, it's officially
says
just
fail.
fail.
It doesn't
Like a
say
nat 1,
-10.
Oh, it does-
the
oh, it does-
auto-
oh,
So
It
do
says
you want
fail.
us to, if we roll a natural 1, do you want us to let you know that we failed?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I rolled a 4.
Actually, no, because if you're going to roll to add something, it could potentially add or take away. So there's still going to be that minus. So ultimately, if it's a single roll just for yourself, it's a fail. If you're rolling to add to something, then if you roll a 1, it's still going to be minus 10.
Like to help somebody
Exactly.
But like on a combat roll, 1 is fail. I don't
One
even,
is fail.
I don't
yeah.
even. Okay.
One's a fumble. There's no fumble chart in
And that
Torg,
one
which is a
immediate.
shame.
But it's a fail.
Yeah.
The word fail.
Yeah. So,
Is it unreasonable for us to just kind of figure out whether we're going north, south, east, or west based on where the sun is?
if your character has any type of, to be able to do that, but the problem with that is, if you think you're oriented off of where you believe you are, then it shouldn't be that difficult, but you don't exactly know where you are.
But does the sun always rise in the east though? So I feel like
Yes.
Yeah, in that respect,
These
cardinal
ones.
points, we ought to be able to have a reasonable idea.
Right. So, but
beyond that,
yeah, that's what the roll is for, to be able to read that.
to make sure that we're actually looking at the
Yes.
sun in the right spot. I rolled a 14.
Okay.
Unless we just
which
sit and
role
wait.
were you wanted? You wanted
Survival.
survival.
With enough time, we could just sit and wait and be like, all right, now the
I have
sun's
a
over there.
-4.
So the best that you can tell, and you're pretty certain, you're actually traveling northeast.
That's the opposite way we need to go.
Nice.
We've been going this way for 3 days.
although if we keep going north, we
mind.
will eventually get out of here.
Yeah, mind?
Yes. Yeah, you guys are dumbasses. Traveling the wrong way.
9.
Well, how did the helicopter,
Because
it started-
it couldn't see anything. All they did was try and get down safely. It was spinning out of control.
Because
It was
if we're
auto
going this
rotating.
way and then it spins this way and then crashes like that,
Yeah,
we
it's-
went the wrong way.
Yeah, which
For-
I knew at the beginning, but I think the funnier thing is thinking about this, maybe it's another month. We finally come out, like north of Niagara Falls.
We're in
And
Canada.
we finally get back to Jones. And he's like, you guys have been missing for a month. What have you been doing? I'm like, getting back here. Wait, you didn't do the job? Nope. So then we go back in with another helicopter.
We held a funeral for you. It was nice. Horse got drunk.
He's doing this so we can turn around and run back into the dinosaur.
Anyways, so everybody, we're going the opposite direction we're supposed to be going. We're going northeast.
But northeast, based on the map that I remember, isn't... From here, if we potentially go east, aren't we heading towards New York?
We'll be heading towards the ocean.
We're that far north? I'm not
Yes.
really good with geography.
Yes, we are
Okay.
that far north because we need to go southeast to get to where we're going.
Well, trudging across the prairie east is going to be a whole lot easier right now. Why don't we trudge east and then go south? Why don't we use the prairie as a way to make up some of our time?
Yes, we can do that. We're still going to end up kind of backtracking a lot.
I get it.
Into the thump,
Yeah.
thump.
Well, not if we go 5 miles that way. We got to hope it doesn't show up. The other question then is, where are we trying to get to now? Are we trying to get back to Burlington?
I think that we
Reorient
should
there?
just try to get to a town
I
where we
agree.
can find some
Yeah.
transport. Because once we get to a town, we can find some transport. We just have, if we go in one direction, eventually we'll come to something.
So then, instead of going east, we want to go west. If you say
don't-
east of the ocean, then west is going to put
I
us
mean, it's the
deeper
ocean
into
is,
this United States.
from what I remember the map, it's still far away. The ocean's still far away. It's just we're not. If we went straight east, we'll eventually hit the ocean. But that would be the way that we're going. If there's still is the jungle on the other side of the thing too, on the other side of the field. Can we see that?
It's not that jungle wall. And so
Okay.
on the other side of the field, it kind of goes back into something more forest, but it's a little bit more like forested.
Normal forest.
Well, yeah, it's not that thick, overgrown wall of entangled jungle.
Called
So maybe-
taiga?
maybe
is that
we
what that
had-
is?
Yeah, I mean it's more along the lines of what like our local forest would be, where you can navigate through them, but with the weird trees that are more.
But I mean, the stuff we
tropical.
came out of, because stuff we came out of, that description is absolutely the Mayan Peninsula.
Absolutely.
Like any of that stuff where
Yes.
you just see the growth is
Yeah.
just so thick.
Yeah. Yep.
So maybe we head to the west towards where that forest is. That looks like it'd be easier to travel through until we hit something.
So we go west. We go that way. Okay.
Complete opposite directions of where we're supposed to be going.
But if we can get to a town where we can get transport of a vehicle, we can travel much, much faster than how we're going right now.
But looking east, is it that same forest? The nicer looking forest?
So
No, north
Yep.
was the nicer looking for us.
Correct.
East,
yeah.
east is the prairie that just goes until we can't see it.
Yeah.
And west is the same thing, prairie until we can't see it.
yeah, so you're in a big, big prairie.
So I say we go west. Again, west we're saying is the easier way, and going through the prairie gives us a greater chance of not having to deal with stuff.
We go east, we still go through the prairie, and that's still kind of putting us in the same general direction we need to be going.
Okay. Up,
So why don't
up
we
to
just
you
go
guys.
east?
Yeah, I'm fine with
Yeah, I mean, if we were supposed to be going southeast and we're
East.
going northwest.
No, we're going northeast.
Sorry.
No, we're going northwest. We're going the complete opposite.
Yeah,
Oh, we're going
We're
northwest.
going this way, and we wanted to
I
go
thought we were
this
supposed
way.
to be going northeast.
You were traveling northeast, so when you aligned your direction, the way that you're going is you're moving northeast.
Oh, okay. I thought
Oh.
you said northwest.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
you.
I heard
You're getting
northwest.
loopy.
Gotcha.
That jungle was rough on us all.
I'm
man.
getting loopy. Who's done? Okay.
So we just really
Just go
need to go
east.
directly south.
That's back into the woods.
That was
But-
back
Yeah,
in the
no,
woods. I say
let's
we
go.
go east
That
first.
That
Woods.
is
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Let's
so,
go east first. Hopefully get away from the footfalls.
Yeah.
So then, as you move east, are you going through the prairie or moving through the, like following along the tree line?
I want to follow along. I personally want to follow along the tree line.
Yeah, I
I don't
agree.
want to
Tree
go
line,
into.
agreed.
I don't want to be in the wide
Not
open.
not in the
Yeah.
middle of the
But
field.
we're gonna have like another problem of like get more stymied because there was no sun.
Right. I think that we
Shelter.
should like
right at the edge.
right at the edge where we can move quickly, and if we need to dive back into the jungle for cover, we can, and we're not in the open.
And eyes up for pterodactyls.
Yes. Yes. And
Okay. So as you guys start moving along the tree line, maybe about 30 minutes go by. You're not moving, so you move maybe about a good 2 miles along it. It's much easier, traveling, but the sounds of those big, heavy thumping footsteps all of you start picking up are not moving in a random pattern anymore. It definitely sounds like it's on some type of trail, and it sounds like it's getting louder, and it sounds like, and you guys can start hearing louder cracking through the woods.
So, do we want to try to set up some kind of trap at the edge of the woods?
Yeah, we could do that. If we move into the field, we have more maneuverability than in the woods. So does it, but...
How big does that chasm look?
So when you start looking, again, it's hard because you didn't move up on it, but for your best guess, it looks like it's a pretty decent distance. Not like miles.
How far out away from us is it too?
Oh, yeah, from where you guys came out. I would say it's about 2 miles.
Do we
And we
make a
don't
break
see it-
for
A
that?
long ways away.
And we don't see any, like, bridges or anything to cross it?
No.
We have vines.
If we end up at the
climb
end of the
down it.
chasm, we don't know the distance across, we don't know the distance down. It puts us with an edge at our backs if this creature comes out and chases
However,
us.
if we climb down using vines and that thing falls over the edge,
Agreed, if we could, yeah.
there's our trap. Because I don't think anything else big enough is going to hold this thing.
Azrael, what do we do?
I like her plan.
Then we run.
Let's go. Sprinting.
Make a break for it.
So you guys make a break.
And I still
tighten
have-
all my pack
What are you going to anchor the
cinches.
vines to get down?
Figure it out when we get there.
That's a bad idea.
Well, I do have the vines I was going to use as a lasso.
What are you going to lasso
So,
onto, though?
if I need to try to bareback this T-Rex, I will.
I'm going to stealth the tree line. I mean, I see holes in this. I see holes in this plan.
Is there something or unless we try to create a trip line
That's what I was
on-
thinking, is come up with some
the
kind
trees.
of trap that we can...
We have plenty of vines right here on the edge. We can start cutting down and making
It's getting louder.
We just have to lure
I
it.
don't
All right,
think we
let's
have
go.
that much time.
Let's start tying off some vines.
Chop some vines and then run to the castle.
You look around, the vines aren't as readily available because the terrain that you left, and so the vine that you have definitely that you wound up and brought with you is going, could potentially help. It occurs to you that if you take the time to look and go back inside to be able to, cut more vines and add those and then start building what it is that you want to build,
Too late.
it might end up being a bit folly.
I say we just scale the edge of the chasm.
I say we run for the chasm. As soon as we see it break, we drop. If it's chasing us by sight, which it probably is not, it loses.
Yeah, let's
As
just...
the crashes
I'm going to
down.
hide.
We're
I'm
going.
going to hide.
So this is what happens. So the 4 of you guys take
hide.
off running. V stays off to the
Yep.
side.
I'm going to hide.
Second character death.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you said
It's-
so you're sprinting 2 miles.
But think about
Okay, but
this.
it's a 2-mile sprint to the chasm.
It's been tracking us, absolutely not using its sight.
So decisions are made.
Yep.
So
Yep, I'm saying.
So, yeah, I mean, I can run faster than I think everybody here. So if I need to catch up, I will. But for now, I'm going to hide, right? Because I think that this thing is probably going to move faster than any of us. And in a 2-mile sprint, I mean, if it was like a 100-yard dash to the, and then we can start
I'm
climbing
with
down,
you.
is one thing. But 2 miles is a whole other story.
We just have to run faster than our slowest guy.
Which is him
So,
right
so
now.
I'm going to hide.
Right.
So my hide is going to be 20.
So
Very
you think
stony.
you find a place that you believe is
Yeah.
a goddamn good
I'm
place to
hidden.
hide. So
Yeah.
you hunker down.
Yep.
You guys make a run for it. All of you guys are in pretty good shape, so I'm going to say like a 7-minute mile is not unreasonable for storm nights. About 2 miles away, so first 7 minutes go by. You, as you're hiding, you start feeling the vibrations in the ground as whatever it
coming.
is starts coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
It's something's
For sure.
coming.
It feels close.
And you guys are, continually running.
At this point, we're probably not going to have any chance of feeling it.
No, that's not your focus. So you guys are just like, running at a good clip. Now, let me ask this. Do you continue at this pace or do you make a roll to try to increase your pace?
I'm maintaining a speed. Don't ask me to
Maintaining.
roll shit because I'm
2
stymied.
miles.
Yeah.
Maintaining. We're
Maintaining.
just focused on getting in the chasm right now.
Okay.
What are you guys gonna do when you get there?
I'm climbing
Figure
down
it
the
out.
edge of it, just
You
low
just
enough.
fly
Like
with sheer cliff?
we're gonna wait there until it gets
We don't know
close.
what it is.
Yeah.
And then once it gets close enough, if it is the T-Rex, I'm climbing down the
Again,
edge of it, so
it
it
has
falls
been
over.
You
hunting
think
us
you're gonna
by
run off the edge and fall in like a video game?
It has been hunting us by scent. I am sadly confident it's going to get him first.
Yeah.
Well, it depends if we can smell me or not.
Right.
Because then we can also hide over the edge.
It depends if we can smell
I think
me or
I'm
not.
gonna try to
I need
go
to
a little bit faster
Break
to
off to
get
go
ahead
run. I
of them.
run fast.
I'm gonna try to roll to go faster.
So at
So
one.
Iara
just
runs
not-
faster than us.
We're just
Sprints
not
ahead of
working
us.
together anymore.
Yeah, fuck it, I take off running. All of a sudden, I don't feel so scared. My hiding spot. Buddy, I take off running. I'm gone. My run is 26.
So as you guys are going, that's what you hear as the trees just break
Yeah.
and out busting out through it, full blown T-Rex. You called it from the beginning, so this is for you.
Yay.
We are now into a dramatic resolution.
Is it a new scene?
No,
So I'll make that
but we are in a dramatic resolution.
Okay.
So
Oh, can I drink?
on group rolls, they can make it on their own. All of your rolls are going to be on your own.
That's what you get.
How far away are they? They're like 2 miles away.
We're like a mile and a half
mile and a
away.
half
Yeah,
away.
they're a mile and a
How
half
can you
away
run
from
a mile and a half? And that, how long has gone by?
So
11 minutes.
Yeah.
It's been 11 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And you've been like, I'm good. I'm good.
I got a 20 on my height. I feel pretty confident. I'm
And
a
then
good
you hear
hiker.
the,
But then, you know what, dude?
And then all of a sudden, like I said, you hear,
Yeah, that's enough to get.
oh, that's,
somebody
that's perfect. I mean, think about it. I don't think there's anyone here that wouldn't hear that and just run.
Right.
Right? You have no idea what you're running from. You don't even know where you're running. You're just
Yeah.
running.
and it's like, fuck, I'm running. I think that's worth this.
Screw it.
He's so
I'll pass her off. I'm out.
inside.
I'm good.
So now with the movement, there's a walk, a run, a fly, and a rush. Does rush pertain to ground movement, or is that flying?
No, you're flat out balls out running.
Is that a rush?
Before we get into the dramatic resolution, let's double check.
All right, because my rush rate is 39.
How do you figure out your rush rate?
Your walk is your dexterity.
It's just
Plus any
dexterity
mods.
plus mods, and under run, it looks
It's
like
double.
it says
Double your
times
walk.
2,
Yeah,
and then rush is times 3, whatever
Yeah.
your walk is.
exactly. So I'm guessing that pertains to
Well,
ground
my run
movement.
is times 3.
My run is times 3
times
also.
3. Oh, your run?
Oh, yeah, that's
mine
double.
says times 2 on this sheet.
Well, I think rush
I
is.
think rush means to be the flying
fly
version
rushing.
of run.
So you're saying your run is times 3?
My
Yep.
walk
Yeah.
is 8, and my run is times 3 of my walk.
Yeah, because this
Yeah.
character sheet says times 2.
Mine says times 3 also.
Well, do you have specifically a cyber papacy character sheet? Maybe they
I
maybe
have
they
the
run
one that Greg
slower.
gave me.
She has cyber papacy too.
I don't know. Mine didn't have the full breakdown.
I'm thinking
when
they
I
run
filled
slower
it
than
out,
Cyber
so
It's a
mine
third
says
party
30.
character.
for
I have
run.
whatever character sheet Greg
What's your
gave me.
walk?
I have
No, I
the
get
same
it.
one you.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
oh,
it's
how
times
does yours
3.
say times
So times
3?
3.
Ron?
Yeah, that's right.
You sure yours says
So
times
am I the
3?
So
fastest one?
movement. Heroes can walk up to their dexterity per round.
What is times 3?
They can also run at 3 times their effective dexterity.
Oh, there's a times 3 back. They look like a times 2. Okay, so that's 39. Okay.
So then you're the fastest. Then do I?
Oh yeah, I run at 39.
I'm 30.
I'm at
I'm
32.
24.
I'm a 24 runner too.
Yeah,
So
I'm
realistically, he should be catching up, and those two.
30. Yeah, I should be able to.
Well, I'm
flip.
at 20.
Not a
still
mile and a
mile
half behind. He's going to be running. The T-Rex is running behind him, and both of them eventually look at each other and go,
So it didn't break through. You can hear the sounds of the trees breaking, but when you heard the roar,
Yeah, I took off.
it poosh! Off you go.
Yeah, my run rate is 39.
So-
I'm trucking.
We're now in a dramatic resolution. So this is a dramatic
never
scene.
succeeded at, if I remember.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't. We've gotten close.
We've gotten to C.
Yeah.
So, step A is this one actually is going to be everyone individual roll. It's a mind roll to avoid panicking.
He's already panicked.
Not a
Well,
chance.
yeah, we're probably all gonna panic.
No A.
Okay.
No A. So
So we don't have
so
to
we don't
roll
roll.
yet.
No,
No
roll.
roll.
So now, but that means only
We only
4.
have every card has to work.
So
But if they have A, B, and
A.
Should we
There
make
we
bets
go.
on
Does
who
it have
gets
to-
eaten
Now we make a
first?
mind roll?
So there's an A and a B. So
Nice.
you can attempt to achieve Both.
Okay.
So B is a stealth, and this is trying to avoid being detected, as the T-Rex is running through.
Okay.
Yeah, so what's the A?
So
Mind.
A is mind, but it's at -2 because you guys are doing, or those who are attempting to do both rolls, it's going to be at a -2.
It'd be a
I'll roll it down
-6.
four.
So it'd be a -6 for us.
There we go. 22. So 22. And you said it's at a -4?
-2.
A mind, so mind,
that's
a mind roll's the first
27.
one.
Mind roll,
So-
first one.
16 on the mind roll.
You do not panic.
Good.
Zero.
You lose your shit.
The -2 is meaning an 8 instead of a 10.
They're running circles.
What's that?
You said -2. I didn't catch what that was.
If you decide to roll both A and B this turn.
-2.
Yes.
Okay.
And the second roll is a stealth roll, you said.
Second roll is
I
stealth.
got 11.
11, you do not panic.
All right, but you know what? -2. So yeah, it's -2 on the end result, right?
My mind was 6.
No, so it's a -2. So you're
Is the
basically
DN,
at
is the
8.
DN 10?
My stealth was 6.
So that you rolled an 8, which is -2. So
Right.
that's a 6. So
Oh,
that's
minus
-4.
4. Okay, so but is the DN 10?
You don't know that.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna spend my last chip. I guess.
Okay. Actually, I'll tell you, it's a DN 12.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I need
I
to.
just made it.
God damn.
6
Well,
and
so that's a
7,
10,
so
right?
it doesn't work for me.
10. So that's
For a berry.
10
Yeah,
still a
I
minus
used
1.
one of these and I only got 6 and 7. So.
Like this thing with the 18. 18. There we go. So 5. All right. So I made a 20 stealth roll. -2. I'm sorry.
Bad dice.
18 minus that's -2 is 3. So I made 18 stealth roll.
Okay. So who is panicking? So the both of you are panicking.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you guys hear that roll, you're all running as a group. Did you guys make your panic rolls?
Yes.
So you see the two of them just break off and just kind of stop and freeze for a moment as their lizard brain takes over, and they just start running in a group. So you're running away. So I want you to roll a D3. So right now, you're
Yeah,
so
'cause you're not
running
gonna
in
go
this-
back.
Right. So you're running in this direction. So 1, 2, you're running off to your left. 3, 4, you continue running straight ahead. 5, 6, you're running in that direction.
So you guys want to roll 3 and 4?
Yep. So you want 3 and 4s.
3.
Yes. Damn it.
So
Left.
Azrael, you just kind of stop, freeze, and just boom, just start taking off.
That might be a good direction.
down
Don't
that
feel
road.
bad.
You have the presence of mind
Bridge
to
and mingle
follow the
between you
group,
enemies.
so you are still in this roll.
At least he's
You made a
behind
stealth
me.
roll.
Okay, so
Make
you
any
rolled
rolls?
for stealth.
Oh, you didn't
No,
make
I
it?
No.
made, I made both mine.
Did you roll for stealth?
Yes, and I just made it.
Okay,
15 stealth.
15. Did you roll stealth?
Let's see here, -6, so I got a 4.
Okay, so yeah, you're.
Fuck it.
I'm like waving my arms and screaming.
Well, I mean, you're not waving your arms, but you're. Oh my god! Fuck! Oh my god! Ah! That's what you're doing. You're running that way. Did you
I'm
make
doing
your?
the same shit.
But you're following
At least
them.
you're following us. So,
So like as you're running, you're like, guys, don't leave me! Oh, don't leave me!
At least I'm not last.
You're like Forrest Gump into the angle.
can I yell out Azrael's name since I noticed she went the wrong way?
You notice she went the wrong way.
To try to direct
Like
her
a
back.
calming effect
Yeah.
or a
It would
bring
be
her back this way.
It would be mind
Persuasion?
or even persuasion or intimidation or mind. Whatever you have the highest.
I'll holler with you, give you a +1.
Okay.
Ah, not having it.
Wait. -5, so a 9.
So 9, what is your mind?
11.
Okay.
You're like, you don't listen to nobody. You're like, I'm out
so
here.
you're fuck that, fuck them, fuck whatever it is that just screamed.
Like maybe if I leave them, like the T-Rex will follow them all and leave me alone.
Exactly. And
Right.
fuck the bugs
Still doesn't click that he's way behind us. He gets at first.
I'm moving
Yeah,
quick
he's
though.
definitely getting.
I'm walking on water here. I'm moving.
Okay, so you are out of the dramatic resolution. So C is a find as you guys run your way up to making your way through the to the chasm, and so it's yes there is time that's going on and catching up. So before we make this, you guys do break as you guys are continuing running. It breaks through, and you definitely see the T-Rex, and it's picked up on a scent. Don't know which one.
Is find a group thing?
What's that?
Will find for us be a group thing?
It will be a group for the two of you, both of you will need to roll individual because you're panicked and you're on your
Not
own.
with us.
All right. Those two will roll individual.
She's out.
She's out.
Okay.
She's gone.
Nice.
I'm somewhere else. I left the group.
Blue.
Yeah, she's like,
How are we gonna find you?
it's like,
Yeah.
We're in
It's
the
a big field.
So,
So,
but we're all in the field,
We can
right?
still see us.
So
It's not
can
the
I
tall grass.
change my? As I see Azrael kind of veer off, can I keep running but go in that direction so that she doesn't end up on her own?
roll a mind
Mine? Okay.
because did you happen to notice it?
Nope.
You don't. You heard big thing yell. You're focused on
Dead ahead. All right.
Full straight ahead.
straight ahead. So C is fine. A, B, C, and D. Everyone.
Thank God.
So we're gonna do the C and the D if we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's D?
C is fine. That's the first.
I just want to succeed at one of these goddamn things.
So
roll. Fine. That's not gonna help.
okay. So for you, it's going to be a because you're behind. You're behind about a mile and a half, even though you are catching up fast. So
That don't matter. That's a 6. Oh.
okay. So
I didn't make it. Now.
Okay, so
I'm
you
good
didn't
shape, so
so for you guys,
Yeah, what's C and D?
find. So find is a DN 12.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna give you a +1 on that roll.
And the next one is you're going to run up to the cavern, and what you see as you run up, it's maybe about 20 feet across. And when you look down, you really can't see the bottom because the bottom is kind of covered with this rolling greenish-looking cloud.
So what is the D?
The D is if you attempt to climb down the chasm to get away from the big bad running at you. It's a maneuver DN of 14.
Oh god.
Yep. We're not climbing down
Yeah,
yet.
no.
Yeah, we've
I
done a
straight
good
up
job
failed
rolling
the
single-digit
find
numbers.
roll.
Okay.
The 12.
So you
Unless
roll a
I can
12?
go ahead
For
and
fun.
do
For
this
yeah,
and
for
like
fine.
roll again.
Okay, so you guys found a safe way to go down, which means that's going to lower your DN to climb by 2. So it's going to
it
be in a
12?
12. For you,
Well, if
you
I
can
spin-
climb, but it's going to be a higher DN.
Well, I just rolled 34.
For what?
Oh, you're spending chip.
For your find?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm spending a chip for that.
Got it. So as you guys are kind of like stopping, looking, all of a sudden you see
goes
you
right past
Evangeline
us.
just run by, like, just stop, just find something, and just start shooting down.
Now, still in distance, there's a good mile minimum between us and the dinosaur.
There
So
is,
we
yeah.
have our way down. We have our
Okay.
+2.
These two will be
But the objective now is to see what we can do for our fellows.
Yeah.
Okay, so you found the way down. She went down the right that you guys went and saw, or like where you
Yeah.
would attempted to climb. So
The
you're
little goat
climbing
path
down.
or whatever it is.
Yeah, and you guys are holding.
Yeah.
You lost sight
I failed
of
the
them.
find. Okay.
Yeah, so you lost sight of them.
Okay. Unless somebody wants to grant me a possibility, I could roll again. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I didn't make the
You're
find.
running.
I've got one left.
So after the dramatic resolution, you'll be able to make a mind roll to get your wits back. Okay, so this is
Am I running
1, 2,
faster than the
3.
T-Rex?
As you look back, no.
That's a bummer.
That thing
Am I
talks
moving
about
faster
40
than
miles an
the
hour.
Oh, 40? I was thinking 25.
Well, I'm gonna. So I'm running a dead direction towards them. If I can, I'm gonna break off and go a different
So
direction.
it's
Create an angle.
30 miles an hour. It's going to take about 4 minutes from the tree line to where we are.
It's running 30 miles an hour.
40.
Yeah,
40 saying 40.
Yeah,
Which
just-
means
just
it's
think
gonna
about-
I'm gonna try and create an angle between me and it. So instead of running straight, I'm gonna break off and veer to
And
the
this is
right,
at a-
45 degrees.
And like I said, this had a full run. It caught a scent of one of
Yeah.
them.
Something.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm
Which-
just
and
hoping
if
that
it's
it-
him, then
it's either
he's
gonna
gonna
chase me
over-
or it's gonna not chase me. So,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna create an angle. I'm gonna break off 45 degrees from the group.
Okay.
And he will
Second
overtake him
character
before
death
he
for
gets to the
him?
chasm if he's going for him.
Well, I can still make the chasm, but I'm going at an angle now. To one of
So-
the ends.
Which
if it's chasing me,
There's
I'm not
a
gonna
D.
lead it to the group.
there is at this point.
I mean, do you want to go down? I still think we would stay up. I mean, we can go down, but then we can't help anyone who's up.
Since
So
I
as you guys
failed,
are
The
kind
two-
of having this conversation.
Yeah.
since I failed C, do I get to make
The
D or
two
no?
of them that
I'm
are
done.
up are
You're done.
not
Okay.
anywhere near us anymore. So.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
hanging on the edge in there, like.
But you can climb because you haven't regained your wits yet, so you're actually starting to climb down.
Right
I
now,
noticed the green
Azrael,
cloud underneath me.
I mean, it's hard not to notice, but the question is, does it
Can I stop before? Do I stop before I get to that green cloud?
roll a mind? See if it can. What scares you the most?
we are
Green noxious
closer
cloud
to
or
Azrael than the
big bad with
critters.
teeth?
That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
A 1.
You'll take the cloud any day.
We
Alright,
could try
poison
this call out
cloud.
for Azrael again, at least.
So I'm going to need from you since you made your find, a maneuver roll DN12.
So I'm going to holler down. As soon as I see that Evangeline is not stopping going into the green cloud, I'm going to holler down,
19.
Evangeline, wait! Don't go so far!
17, and then, so 13.
So you're almost parkouring down this thing, kind of dropping, catching, just climbing your way down.
Evangeline, stop!
Roll persuasion or intimidation.
Please roll a hit.
Okay, so it starts at 12.
Mine's only 8, so.
So DN of 8.
It's 12, 11, 10, 9.
9. So you hear someone, you hear Max just kind of cut through, and you actually stop and look up, and your eyes just kind of refocus, and you get your wits right back at you again.
Cool.
Move up. At least move out of the cloud. Look what you're going into.
I'm going to start getting above the cloud and kind of just hang in the middle of the top and the cloud and just wait there.
So it caught the scent of one of you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I got an even chance of not being me. I like that.
Watch it be me.
It's me.
I mean, that makes sense. It makes the most sense.
That's awesome.
Nice knowing you for 3 sessions.
Man. All right. It is what
For a
it
new
is, man.
character.
I had an equal chance, you know. Osborne in my favor, man, with a T-Rex on my tail.
I think I'd rather take being eaten by a T-Rex than having my tongue cut out, though.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's
It's
worse.
a quick. Should be a quick.
Yeah, just a quick chomp.
Okay, so you guys stop the dramatic resolution because you're not moving down. When you look back, you don't see V where he took off running. Or actually, if everyone can roll a mind to be able to see it,
Would
Wouldn't it
I
be-
still?
oh, that's
Because I'm
it.
down underneath.
13.
except for you, and nor you.
13.
Okay,
No, 0.
so you've lost track where V
yeah,
went.
2 foot tall grass has got me
But-
all covered up.
Yeah,
But
you-
it's it's rolling and all
know,
that.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not flat field with grass on it. It's
Okay.
a frickin' prairie, so there's dips and whatnot.
Prairie.
Could be a flat prairie.
That could go on a t-shirt. It's a fucking prairie.
T-Rex on the prairie.
But you actually were able to kind of track, and you can see V running. But what you all see, except for you two, is T-Rex, just kind of hollers and starts chasing after something after
Not
V. Not you.
And I can see that it's V. He sees that it's just not coming towards us.
Right.
It's going after V.
If you're coming after me, I want to shoot at it.
Okay, so hang on. We're end of it. Roll mind.
Oh, nice start, Azrael.
It's a 10, right?
No, that's a 19.
Oh.
So 6 plus 11 is 17,
17.
16, 15, 14, 13. Because I'm stymied.
And your mind's 11? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're able to just kind of come to your senses, look around, and see that you are, have veered off away from your group. But it looks like the big bad thing with teeth and a big tail is running in almost near opposite direction of you, and towards a chasm. You can see these two watching that.
Do I see that she stopped?
No, because you're watching him.
Okay.
Evangeline, what are you doing? So right now you're just like
Trying to catch my
hanging
breath.
on a vine as you're climbing down this chasm.
Can I see any of them kind of like the ones that are by the edge? Kind of.
You probably see the back end of me.
Yeah, I would say. So you see, like Max's back. He's not looking down at you. He's looking away at something.
I called out. It's going after V.
You heard that.
All right, I'm gonna start making my way back up.
So you start climbing your
If
way
I
back.
hear that, I would lean over and help her the last little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, you hear the scuffle, so you look down, so he's going back up. So, with that help, no problem. You made your maneuver roll before. Okay, V, you have a T-Rex chasing you.
Yeah, I hear that now.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
What is your plan?
Well, how far back is it?
So, this is why I did not do well in algebra.
How many meters back? 'Cause
So
my
you-
gun's got a range of, 40 meters. So.
Oh, you're definitely within 40 meters.
Okay, cool. Am I within 25
cool
meters?
and not cool at the same time.
So it's a word problem. V is running at approximately 3.5 miles an hour. The TRX is running at approximately 40 miles an hour and has presently begun the attack 1,000 meters behind.
Right, so
Because we never do things in the exact same numbering system.
In about 30 seconds, he will catch up to V.
Well, it depends on what its move is. If its move is more than mine, then it's increasing the distance between us
It is
by
doing.
that much every round. Decreasing.
I will say this: I had no idea that you guys were going to Take on the T-Rex and even right down.
We didn't really have a choice.
Yeah, whatever
You
exit
sent the
path,
T-Rex after us.
We went miles away from where the T-Rex
whatever
was.
exit path you had intended, we obviously missed it.
Hopefully T-Rex doesn't like bullets.
The,
Hope
the
it doesn't
T-Rex
like
hates
fucking
bullets.
lightning.
T-Rexes don't like bullets.
Hopefully I can fire enough bullets at it to get it to maybe stop for a second. You know, I don't know. I'm good at shooting, so we'll see what happens.
So
It's a fucking prairie.
It is dex of 10, so times 3, 30 at full
I
run.
move faster than it. I move faster than it. I have a dex 13. I move 39. He moves 30. I can outrun this thing.
What? Huh?
Yep.
He runs the same speed I
He
do.
moves at 30. I move 39.
That's his walk is 30.
No, his run's 30.
So his dex is 30,
How?
run is
I
30.
have a dex of
little
15.
one?
He's cybered.
Wait, his dex is 30?
Yeah.
That's
No,
his.
no,
Oh, excuse me,
his
his
dex is
dex
10.
His dexterity is 10.
Right.
Okay.
So his run would be 30.
His
His
run
run's
will be
30.
Does he
My
have any
dex
special
15.
ability below that explains him going faster?
See, but that doesn't make sense because, I mean, these
That's still
things,
fast.
yeah, but
Would
these,
you
I mean,
like-
this thing can run like up to about 30, 40
Yeah.
miles an hour. So this...
Apparently not in Torg.
That's right. Not in Torg, man.
It's a living
I mean, yeah.
He's
Come
just
on.
like RoboCop
Yeah, I'm
running
fast,
like.
yeah.
So you're
For a
running...
short period of time, he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, so you're running about 27 miles per hour, balls out. But you know you cannot continue that pace.
It's up to you.
So, you know, regardless
I'm
of what
cool
the
with whatever
mechanics
you-
say, it just doesn't make sense
Cool
to
with
me.
whatever, whatever you.
So I
go
will
with.
throw this out there if you're going to now be battling. I have infinite diversity as a Cosm card. It's shitty, but play when first encountering a reality or a very large creature. There it is. It gains a perk like Death Claws, Stone Skin, etc. from another creature. However, all the players gain 1 to 3 possibility GM's call based on the potency. So it would give you some possibilities if you want me to play it. It's going to make it
okay.
nastier.
I've got.
Well, I'm gonna die today.
Today is the day.
Yeah,
We have no
yeah,
idea where
yours is
she's
better
at.
than mine.
You took off.
So the question is,
And it doesn't have your
and for the
scent.
rest of us, the question is, once it eats him, do we want to fight it stronger?
No.
Not really.
So I will hold the Cosmo
Yeah.
card.
Okay. So, before we begin, you can tell that it will catch up to you. Not immediately, but it's going to catch up to you, and
Okay.
it's tracked down on you.
All right.
You know, probably, you know, in game turns, probably within about 10 turns, it'll be...
Well, you said it was within my range of my gun.
Absolutely.
So okay, cool. So is it in the medium range or long range?
Medium.
Okay, cool. All right, because I ignore those first 2 ranges. I've got 10 turns to shoot at it and kill it
You got
before
10?
it gets to me and eat me.
Well, I mean, that's an approximation. So,
Okay,
but yeah,
so I got
that's-
about 10 turns, about 10 rounds.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna stand fast since I can't outrun it, and I'm gonna hope to gun it down before it gets to me.
So you turn and make your stand.
Yep.
You see this. When she brought it to your attention,
both
Max
ways.
sees it.
All right, it's the last stand of the cyber papal.
So before we get
Gunslinger.
into initiative,
They're over a mile away from us.
yes.
I also
I have
he's
nothing that can go that far.
and he is very new to our group.
That wouldn't stop me. He's still a storm knight that's working with us. That would not stop
He's a
me.
random
anything
person
this
we
far.
saved
So-
from Neodino.
Let me see what my I don't.
I
think my
think that's a very dark. you know, you are from the dark, so
Leaning in.
he's very new.
it's not Storm Knightish, but it is very dark.
We'll see what I can pull out of my bag of tricks.
So you then are you guys? So you're content to watch.
I know realistically, I've seen demons fight people. I know realistically, there's no way I can cover enough distance in a mile to help him.
Okay.
I say we go back
I'd say we
and get away
Azrael.
from this.
Start heading. I'd say we stay along the chasm and grab Azrael
Yep.
Yeah. We'll try to get out of here.
and run the opposite direction of
Yeah.
the big fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is my what? Again, he's very new to our group, so I'm don't.
But is
and
it
I
gonna
think
lead
I'm
once
very
it
sure-
eats
I'm like-
him?
right,
is it
I'm
gonna
pretty
have
sure-
our
My killer's
scent?
thing, you guys are gonna be all bowing to my feet.
That's fine, but for now, I don't
I will
believe
own
you're
all
going
of you after this,
to.
yes.
In my head, you're not going to win against that ginormous thing, and so I want to save myself.
with my guns.
I mean,
My guns are as powerful as your lightning bolts.
if your guns can hit.
Oh, what you can hit? I got a 20 fire combat. Let's see what we can do.
If you can do what I did with my last one,
Oh, I think we're going to be in.
then we'll be good.
I'm going to hit it. Does it do enough damage? But we'll see. We'll see.
If I have good dice
On my
that are
own,
gonna listen
Okay.
and behave, then
Not a team effort, obviously.
if I can roll something more, then
It's okay. I will live or die, and that'll be it.
yeah, see if I can start rolling that.
For calculation wise, the way that it's moving, 8 rounds you have before it gets into
Alright.
to bite. So,
I'm going to unload.
first round,
All right. Do we draw cards and see who goes first, or?
you get to shoot
Get
because
you- all right.
yeah.
So I have double tap, so I get to fire off 2 single shots with each pistol. Pow, 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 pow.
What is the damage of your pistol?
15.
15.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So
And what's your ammo? Do you have to reload?
I have smart ammo. Smart ammo ignores the first 2 ranged increment penalties. That's why I was asking.
Okay.
All right. So I don't suffer a
What-
penalty there.
What about reload?
I don't have to necessarily. Well, I've got what's my
How many shots?
Yeah. How many
25.
shots?
25.
Okay.
All right. So
So if he's double tapping, he's going to be able to do all of those.
no, I'm doing 2 shots with each gun every round.
What I'm saying is,
in
you're
the 8
double
rounds,
tapping.
yes.
You do not have to reload
Correct.
in the 8 rounds. That's
All
what
right.
I'm getting.
Okay. Wait. So you're double. So you're basically shooting 4 rounds per turn.
Yep. Now, because
with
of the
each
multi,
gun.
because of the multi-action, right, I suffer -2, right? So double tap allows me to fire an additional round. That's the perk that I have, and gives me a +1 bonus. But for multiple actions, I believe I suffer -2.
Yep, you're -2 on both
So
actions.
right on both actions, but the double tap gives me a +1, so it's really a -1.
So you're firing with 2 guns,
So -2
which
penalty.
means that's going to be a -2 for each shot.
Right. But I get a +1 from the double tap. So
So it's going to be -1 for
Minus
each
1,
shot.
right.
And if you fire twice from each gun, that's going to be an additional -4.
yeah, I'm just gonna
No,
fire,
no, no,
I'm
no.
gonna fire
Because that's
once
why I
from-
asked you're firing 4
I'm gonna
shots per
fire
round.
once from each gun, and it's going to be 2 bullets every time I pull a trigger.
4
because of
bullets
the double
come out
tap.
of the guns, but it's 2
Total.
bullets out of
2 bullets each gun, yeah.
So, right, but you're now trying to double tap with 2 guns.
I am. That's why I'm getting a -2 penalty to each shot.
But you're also firing.
I'm
So
expending
one fire-
double. I'm expending double the ammunition because double tap says I get to fire 2 bullets when I fire, at a +1 bonus. Normally, I would suffer a -2 penalty for firing with 2 guns. The -2 penalty would be reduced down to -1 because the double tap gives me a +1 bonus. Does
Right.
that make sense?
Okay, so.
And he's not, Greg, he's not hitting with 4 bullets worth of damage. He's still only hitting
Yeah, I'm
with
shooting twice basically.
2 bullets
Yeah.
worth of damage. But it's 1 better.
And
The idea is if he was shooting just once and double tapping with that ability, he's +1 to hit.
Right.
Now, sadly, he's -1 to hit in each, but not -2 to hit in each.
I'm guessing that the T-Rex doesn't have good dodge. Probably real good melee defense, probably not a good.
It's a large target, so you actually only get +2 to hit.
Oh wow!
So you are
I'm a
actually
net +1.
+1.
So now you're going to be +1.
sounds good.
So you're firing.
Twice.
So firing twice.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll
So-
twice. Yeah. And I'm firing twice at a +1 net bonus.
Make your roll.
All right, cool. First shot. 9. So that is -1, and I'm a +1. So that goes to it's still 10. So that's 19 on the first shot.
19 will hit.
All right. So damage is 15. Oh well, it's against his dodge. So the difference is against his dodge. So I have a 19.
Which will be a good success.
All right. So that's a bonus die. So 15 plus 3 is 18 damage.
18 damage. So first shot comes just and it just hits right into the chest, but it just kind of keeps coming.
Okay. Second shot. 23.
23 is going to be a outstanding success.
All right. So 2 bonus dice. So 15 plus 14.
Remember, the 6 is a 5.
31 damage.
31 damage. So
Remember, the 6s are 5s.
Oh, the 6s are 5, so 29 damage.
29 damage. So from what you see, boom, first one just kind of chinks off its scaly skin. You fire your second shot, it looks like poof, it got through.
All right.
It
good.
just kind of screams, but keeps coming.
Okay. So that was round 1. Second round. This is going to be a 24.
24 is outstanding.
Okay. 30 damage.
Okay, I mean, actually, what was your? So that last one was 29, right?
24 to hit.
Yeah, but damage on it was 29. For
Yeah,
the first
29
one.
on the first one.
Yeah.
And now I just did 30.
Okay, 30. So another wound.
On my second shot of this round, it's going to be a 27 to hit.
That is outstanding.
6, that's going to be 21 damage.
21 damage. 1 shock.
All right.
He downs this thing.
Round 3. We're at round.
Statistically, it can't.
Beginning of round 3.
5 more to go,
Miss.
technically.
Well, let's see here.
You disconnect.
I do.
1 through 3. Just
Oh, 1
You
through
gotta
3.
make
Through
a.
4.
Anybody want to throw me
what's it
a
called?
bone here with their grand
First,
possibility?
do you have Realm Runner?
No.
You didn't take Roll Runner?
But he still makes a roll.
I still make a roll.
No, he has to make a roll next turn to
Anybody want to
reconnect.
throw me a chip?
Because it's 1 through 4.
I don't have one to give you.
Maybe.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. She'll give me one. All right.
You
Well, you can't.
disconnected.
No, you can't.
Oh, you can't do it on a
Yeah,
disconnect?
you disconnected.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So I disconnect. All right. I tried.
That round is done.
So that was the 4th round.
No, that was
that
the
was
beginning
the
of the
third.
third.
Third round.
Yeah.
So this is the 4th round.
All right,
you're
so
gonna
what-
you're gonna reconnect.
Okay.
So you now need to reconnect.
All right. What do I roll?
So you roll reality.
Okay.
It is going to be -8 because you're in a pure zone.
Nope. Didn't do it.
Ooh.
So
Round
round 5, you get to attempt to reconnect.
17. So it's -8.
-8.
Jeez. Well, my reality is 7. So I have a 4.
Net 3.
Yeah, 3. Nope. All right. So round 6. Nope. And round 7. Nope. I got to basically roll 20. Nope. So I didn't reconnect.
So you didn't reconnect.
No.
Bye-bye.
This thing is now on you.
All
Well,
right.
so the question is, that wouldn't matter. I was gonna say, the question is, you smell like
Villains first.
you smell. He
I did a
smells
shitload of
like
damage to it. That don't kill it, man. There's not much more I can do there.
he smells like Living Lands now. Was what I was thinking, but it's
I
not
don't
a
know
matter.
what
It still
happens.
smells like food.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your unarmed combat?
14.
The four of us like,
Unarmed defense,
yeah.
14.
Unarmed defense?
We're like, oh, he's doing great.
Oh,
Nice
got
shot,
wind
nice
modifier.
shot.
Oh.
We're making our way. We got
It
her
does.
back, right?
The
No.
wound
You were
modifiers.
starting running
So
towards her.
it comes
She's-
down, just
Missed.
ready to
Just
bite
kinda
down,
stopped, so I
and
didn't
you
know
just
she
sidestep
seen
as
it.
it bites the ground right next to you.
Missed.
You can reconnect, or attempt to reconnect.
Have to reconnect. Let's roll this die. I mean, I need an insane number to reconnect, so
The -8's brutal. It's
I
like I
mean,
said, you
I'm
guys
almost
are-
never gonna. What do I need to do it?
So because you guys are in like a pure zone right now, it's a -8. It normally would be a DN 10, but
so
you need to have a
it's
DN 18.
So in order to get an 18, I need to get. I need to roll 36.
Jeez.
So it's pretty much, yeah. All right, it is what it is.
You have a 7 reality score.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so its attack.
I need to roll 20 and then get another 16.
So you jump one way, it bites, it rears back up. You jump down, you
big.
sidestep
This
the
could be
next
fun.
way.
It's like whack-a-mole.
So
Nope, didn't.
so next round, heroes first.
All right. Nope.
The thing
Well,
is,
wait,
on
wait,
there,
wait.
you could get the thing where
That
you
was an
get the
18?
bonus roll.
That was an 18?
What do you mean? Oh, don't I get to throw cards?
No, we can't. He's disconnected.
He's
he can't
disconnected.
use
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't do
anything.
possibility for him.
Wait, can he throw cards though?
Yes, you can still put
So
cards.
then I
So that
can
was
use cards.
two rounds.
Okay, so here I'm
cards
gonna.
in.
So I got this hero one, which gives me a possibility.
Put 2 in.
Oh, put 2 in. All right.
You can't use possibilities.
Even if the card gives it to me.
because you
use
can't use
possibilities.
possibilities. So look at anything that gives you a plus or a
I
dodge or
can't
an
use
escape.
possibilities. I mean,
Can
let's
I
see.
give him a card?
No.
No, you guys are not in the combat.
We're just watching it.
All right, I'm just. There they go.
Not really, we're ready.
There's that second wind, I guess.
Yeah, we're running.
All right.
Okay, and it's a 14.
That's my defense.
That's a hit.
All right.
So damage on this is going to be no
Toughness is
extra.
9.
So straight damage. Damage is 20.
Okay, so that's an 11 difference.
So it's 11 difference, which beats you. So you get 2 wounds, 4 shock.
Oh, that didn't look good.
Okay. All right. Oh, next round.
Last round,
Here's the first.
heroes first.
Nope.
All right, its last attack is that one just bit. It wasn't expecting to actually.
Does it ragdoll him and throw him?
Right, and
Yeah,
so
I
but
shouldn't
this
beat
one,
this thing. Yeah. I had a chance, but no.
You
it was
did.
it.
That's
No.
a hit.
You did.
So I mean, I should die.
it's going to be
I have a 14 defense. I
Yep.
got a 9 toughness.
so it's again 2 wounds, 4 shock.
That's it. All right, I'm dead.
So it comes down, boom, just right in half, lifts up, just kind of shakes. For those that are watching, you guys see V's bottom half just kind of drop down to the ground, and it.
Oh no.
We need to move.
Yeah,
We need to
so
move
much
now.
for
So
having.
my plan had been like we're running as he's
Yeah, oh yeah.
So we're going.
Yeah, we're just kind of watching,
Right,
but we're moving,
yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
And I'm calling out to Azrael as we're doing so.
So
As we're running to Azrael.
Try not to be too loud after it bites him, because then you're gonna
I
draw
might come after you
attention.
guys next, but I don't
That's a
know.
good point.
So, yeah, you yell. Evangeline says, "Tori, also allowed." And
Do we eventually catch up to Azrael?
what do? I mean, you see them coming towards you.
And oh no, she heard the persuasion. Sorry.
Yeah. So, well, she made her sense. She came back to her senses and
she's-
stopped running.
Yeah.
Where am I in relation to everybody?
Over there.
I went left.
Yes.
Is that the opposite direction that we wanted to go?
You're like,
Sort of. Yeah, it's west instead of east.
and you're paralleling the chasm.
And we're coming your way, fast.
Which direction we want to go? East?
Yes, but
Over
right
the
now we
chasm?
want to.
In general?
Right now we just want to get away from the T-Rex.
Right.
We're running the opposite direction of the T-Rex right now.
All right,
Before
we're-
it sees us, do we kind of scamper down the side again?
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to see us. The concern is it going to sense us? Which way is the wind going?
That's a good idea. Oh. Yeah.
Oh shit.
It probably won't. It won't take a long time to
one
eat me. I don't
north.
think.
So
Towards us.
Roll a 4-sided die.
yeah, I don't have a D4, but we'll re-roll
Does
5
anyone
and
have any-
6s.
Oh no, we're giving you a D4. That does not make the averages right.
Like this one.
So 1 is
So 1,
north.
west 2,
All right.
south 3, east 4.
We want south or east.
No, we want it blowing west,
Oh yeah.
which means it's blowing from the T-Rex to us,
To
which
you.
means
Yeah.
our scent is not going to
Yes.
it. So
Thank God.
fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
Yep.
It might be a Living Lands T-Rex, and it has great eyesight.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm kind of glad I didn't play this.
Exactly.
Telescopic vision. Oh,
So
shit.
you guys will make it to Azrael unless you keep running. Do you see them coming towards you? Do you go towards them? Do you meet them? Do you wait?
I'm meeting them.
Okay. So about halfway through, do you go? And are you making your way to the chasm edge as they're walking along the edge of the chasm? Running. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm meeting
We're
them wherever they're running to.
Okay. So you guys,
Kind of at an angle meeting with us.
yeah. So basically, you guys are running this way. Azrael's kind of running this way, and you end up meeting. And by that time, T-Rex is enjoying its meal.
Yes. And we keep going.
And I think at this point, we're going to go ahead and call it for this week, guys.
Oh my God.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Siegson Employees of the Month, Michael H., Greg K., F.S., and our Breaker of Seals, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it. And a very special thanks to our fantastic artist, Jacob Blackmon, who you can reach on his Patreon under his name, or Deviant Art under the name Prodigy Duck.